This is Carolla Digital.
Valvoline, 140 years under the hood. Thanks to you, the Adam Carolla Show has been going strong for 5 years and continues to grow because you share it with your friends, family, and coworkers. But now, the patent troll is suing me and threatening to shut down podcasting as we know it. Please visit fundanything.com/patent troll and donate to the Podcast Legal Defense Fund today. Your donation will help defeat the patent troll and keep podcasting free. Thank you and mahalo.
From Carolla One Studios in Glendale, California, this is the Adam Carolla Show. Adam's guest today, from the old 97s, Rhett Miller, and comedian Joe Coy, with Allison Rosen on news, and Paul Bryan on sound effects. And now, farm-raised and antibiotic-free, Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice but to get it on. Mandate, get it on. Thank you so much for joining us and telling a friend and sharing and spreading the good news. Good day, Allison Rosen.
Hello, Adam Carolla.
Well, Brian.
I wish they had just known my vagina better because it wasn't about to make any bad decisions.
At James L. Wilson wanted that with the hashtag top drop.
And Joe Coy as well.
How are you, sir?
Doing good. I'm glad you're here. Always glad to see Joe Coy. I spent the day cleaning sticky shit off a floor because we had the big blowout over at the warehouse. Lots of mangria was spilled. And, boy, that stuff gets...
People drunk?
Gets people drunk, and it gets the floor super, super sticky.
It was a really fun time, though.
It
Those
was.
are super fans who are really dedicated and really nice.
It's a good feeling, though, isn't it? I mean, we probably had 250 people show up. Everybody was got drunk, but was on their best behavior. Super respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, you have the greatest fans. You know that, right?
They're
really nice.
They're really sweet. Like, everybody to a person is sweet, and also. Like I said, after a few mangrias or a few beers, people get a little pushy sometimes. People would wait around, wait their turn. Then they'd want to, they'd preface their stuff with, sorry, but would it be possible to get a picture with you? Because, my son's a huge fan, and of course it's possible. That's why
fuck off, dicks.
You're here. Well, I would have Matt tell him that. I mean, talk to my assistant. But really respectful, really nice, really well-mannered folks, and God bless them. Great turnout. Dawson's band sounded great. Max Zapata sounded great, and everyone was totally cool and on their best behavior.
People wanted Daniel's photo. I think that might be the first time that's happened for him. I mean, people,
Wow.
he's been recognized before,
Sure.
but there was a little line for him.
Unbelievable. So, good night.
Groupies.
Good times, and
I hope he fucked him.
it was nice because we were literally just working on Road Hard, the movie, in the edit bay right up until the time the party started. We just sort of stopped and started working the party.
Is it too late for my cameo? It's done.
No.
Right?
No,
Okay.
because I just figured out we were going to do one day of some pickup shots. So
I'll be there.
We can shoehorn you into that.
Am I still in it?
Yes.
Oh, good.
You're still in it. Nice. Joe, want to pick up shots? We need someone to replace you. Joe Coy is going to be found. Let's see where Joe Coy is going to be found. Hilarities in Cleveland. Nice club. Played there. Syracuse Funny Bone. I've not played there. Richmond, Virginia.
Just in Richmond.
Just in Richmond, but I was not at the Funny Bone. But that's all coming up July 10th through the 12th, and then end of July 25th through 27th, and then August. And what you should do is you should go to joecoy.com, JOKOY.com, and the podcast, of course, the Yo and Joe Show. Episodes available every Tuesday on iTunes. Couple things. Tell me what you guys think about this. I stumbled into... this. First off, I say to everyone all the time, I've been working feverishly on this warehouse to get everything together for this party because 250 souls and souls that paid us a bunch of money to make our movie were going to be coming on Sunday night, and we did not want to disappoint those souls. And I had a warehouse that was just filled to the rafters with shit and, stuff hanging off the ceiling and loose wires. And I wanted to get the place looking good. I don't know what it is, but one of the qualities I have that's probably positive but annoys the fuck out of everyone, which is like when I'm having a party and people are coming over and like the front of the house is all covered with cobwebs and the leaves and shit like under the eaves and stuff, and it needs that hosing down move, and then you hose off the walkway and you do it around the windows where all the cobwebs and then the dust kind of settles in because the gardener's using the leaf blower and everything. I want that shit to be blown out, like cleaned out, like hosed off, like ready to go. And when everyone's coming to the warehouse, I want the place put together and taken care of. So for the last week, it's been all hands on deck, getting stuff put away, building shelves, organizing shit, getting all the stuff together. And I keep saying once a year, everyone should have an open house or a Christmas party or whatever it is. Just once a year, you need to invite 10 or more people to your house. It will force you to get your shit together. Yeah. And in this case, it was my warehouse, but it forces you. Hoarders, they don't entertain. They do almost no entertaining.
They can't.
You would never be a hoarder if once a year you threw a Christmas bash and everyone from work showed up. You just wouldn't. Mm-mm. It's impossible. And it really forces you to get your shit together. I've had it happen like you have that house where there's those boxes of books that are by the entry hall and they've been meaning to go to the Goodwill or whatever. You throw a party, it's taken care of.
Gone.
Now, do you do that thing, though, where there's one room or one closet or one corner that you don't attack and everything just gets shoved in there? Because we have a guest room that you can't really go into.
You never head into the week of or before the party with that in mind.
That's a bad strategy.
It's funny because if you give yourself that out...
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes. At some point, 2.5 hours before the doorbell rings, you just start shoveling shit into that room. But don't start that way. It's funny. We used to do, when we would do the Man Show, Daniel Kellison would always say, our executive producer always go, live to tape, boys. Live to tape. You just start, it's live. It's a live show. And I'd always kind of go, yeah, but if somebody fucks up pretty badly, we can stop and just kind of pick it up, can't we? And he'd be like, no, don't even put it in your head. You put it in your head that you can stop, or you put it in your head that, oh, there's this room over here and we can just kind of shove everything in that room and shut the door and put a little note on it or a piece of tape that says don't go in. Then that's where it's all gonna end up. And by the way, that never works out because you do that move where you're out of time, so you open a couple drawers and you just sort of do the swoop where you put everything into the drawer, and then it's smash cut to a month and a half later, you're like, where are the fucking nail trimmers? Where are they? Where are they? And then you realize they got shoved into the last minute drawer or the last minute room. But throw that bash once a year. A, it's good. People will like you. B, even if there's something like, oh, I've been meaning to paint that bedroom or whatever it is, it forces you, or get some new carpet or like whatever it is you were going to do. It does force you to get your shit together because a bunch of people are coming over to judge.
Yes.
We just had a barbecue on Saturday, and a few people are coming over had not seen the house yet, so that forced us. The house never looks cleaner than it does right before the party.
Guess my invitation got lost in the email.
No, it must be hanging out with mine.
I wrote it in the book for you. You didn't get that part?
Okay.
I had a blast, Brian.
It's coming.
It was a real lot of fun, wasn't it,
Yeah,
Joe?
I had a blast. Thank you for letting me cook.
Yeah, everyone was there.
No, okay.
Right after the party, Adam, that's when your house goes right back to shit again.
No, I know, but no.
And you don't maintain it after
Halfway
the party.
through.
No,
it's
but you're
fucking done.
You are forced to clean it after the party, so you do get at least that. You get the initial douche out and then the re-clean, and then it goes to shit after that. So I was just scrubbing a bunch of sticky shit off of floors today and throwing away a bunch of beer bottles.
You know what else makes you clean? Losing your keys or something. You lose your fucking keys, and now you're like, you know what? I'm going to go through all my pants and refold and do my sock drawer and go through the laundry. I'm going to do some loads
Every
of
stack of
laundry.
papers
Yeah, you
gets-
just do everything. Where the fuck are my keys?
See, that is a really productive way to handle losing something.
Yeah.
I go in the opposite direction where I'm like, I will
You
tear
look.
this motherfucking place
Yeah.
down until I find whatever I'm looking for.
Yeah,
And then I have
just
more of a
clean
mess.
until I find it.
The,
And it's always the
uh,
last thing you fold, too. Oh, fuck, there it is. It was in my camos.
The interesting thing about the house is the house version of that is getting laid for the first time in a while. All of a sudden, you're
Your
doing
genitals
some.
have never been so clean.
Yeah, you're doing some push-ups. You're
I did.
waxing a couple areas, like you're doing a little trimming. Like
Yeah.
your balls and cock become your condo.
Yeah.
I have an
And-
open
and-
house once a year.
That's right. And guests are coming. Yeah, that's right.
Invite the neighbors.
Little
right.
cheese plate on your thigh.
Hot luck.
There you go.
Yeah.
Welcome to the open house.
I'm saying
Take your shoes off.
you show
Family style.
I'm Asian.
You show me somebody's genitalia,
Yes.
and I will show you whether they're single,
Oh, yeah.
whether they're in a relationship, what stage they're at in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's all kind of there, and that becomes your house,
7-year itch.
essentially.
I
That's
love
right.
it.
Yeah. Look, well, they always say, the way you can tell the guy's cheating when all of a sudden he gets the gym membership and all of a sudden he's in there waxing his balls, and that ain't for the woman that had the 3 kids and they've been married for 14 years. That's it's for the secretary. All right, let me ask you guys.
Is that a fade on your
Philosophically.
penis?
Yeah,
Are you cheating? Your penis looks like Will Smith's hair from the Fresh Prince.
Who decided that was a good? I don't know. I understand people making bad decisions. It's the people that follow the person that made the bad decision.
What, the high top fade?
Yeah,
That's coming back.
No.
Yeah, my son's best friend has it. It's out to here. It's like 3, 4,
There should
5
be
inches off his head.
There should be a Malcolm Gladwell-esque study on how that came to be, like, fashionable.
Well, the part that there's a part that I find interesting. Like I always notice it when I watch 48 Hours on a Friday night, and it's always the title is Body in a River, and then they interview the high school kids from Mississippi who just thought they're like, I wanted to know what it was like to kill someone with a rock. I just didn't know what it was like. We just did it because we wanted to know what it was like. I love that excuse. Like, you want to know what it was like to kill a 10th grader with a rock? Yeah. So me and 5 of my friends all got together and they grabbed some 10th grader and dragged him off his bicycle into the woods, and they killed him with rocks. But every time they interview the one guy is not the guy who's in jail. He's the guy who got freaked out early on and split.
Yeah.
And he's out. But he's got the weird greasy bangs that the guys have, like that weird. There's that blonde. There's a white trash kind of a blonde hair. It's blonde is normally appealing, but not this kind of blonde.
It's like a pissy yellow.
Yeah, and he
Dark.
has a super large bucket head, and he's wearing a tight puka shell necklace, which accentuates. It's like his head is throbbing now because he's being deprived of oxygen and blood.
It's being pinched
and
off.
then he's got weird greasy bangs.
Yeah.
And
there's little tiny lines of openings. It's not like
right.
a flat Caesar look. It's
no.
like clumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a page boy.
No.
It's weird. There's a lot of light traveling through it.
Yes.
And then you think to yourself, is there a George Clooney movie where his character had that haircut? Was there a Brad Pitt movie? Like when you saw Ocean's 11, did Brad Pitt have that haircut? Like,
Right, when was this in style?
Who saw this? When did this come? Where did you see this?
Yeah.
What magazine were you looking at where you got to the part of people who are like, hey, celebrities are just like us too.
Yeah.
And you saw that Matt Damon had that fucked up hairdo.
Yeah, greasy bangs.
Where did you get the greasy bang? Where did this start? Who embraced it?
And why did
is
you
it
decide
good?
to comb it forward towards your eyebrows? Just slick it back. They always comb it forward towards the eyebrows. It's already greasy. If you slick it back, it wouldn't be that bad.
Theory.
But they clean. They
I got a theory.
Am I right?
I mean, yes.
Yes.
But,
What's the theory?
acne on the forehead.
That's it.
That's
But
what
that greasy bangs just exacerbates
that's a
it.
chicken and the egg.
Cycle.
They don't care,
It's
though.
a vicious cycle, circle, bangle, whatever it is. The point
Vicious
is
bangle.
it's covering up that zit on the
Susanna.
forehead.
Yeah.
It's basically like saying you can go to town on your anywhere above your eyebrows. You want to wrench on a zit, go right ahead, because I'll just take my unbreakable comb. By the way, were people having difficulties with combs exploding and shattering and breaking before the unbreakable ones like showed up? Like, where's your comb? Oh, fuck. Fucking blew it out the other day. It's no
sat
good.
on it.
Yeah, sat on it.
Cracked
Exploded.
in half.
Still
There's
got
only 4 teeth left in
Still
this
got
one.
shrapnel in my ass. Yeah, someone should come up with unbreakable. I feel like unbreakable fan belts and tires and like lots of things, airplanes, but combs. I've never I've never had difficulty maintaining a comb. I don't know why they came apart. One day, I'm going to get to the bottom of the unbreakable comb and the oil-resistant sole on every work boot I've ever bought. Like, I understand some of the guys who buy these work on transmissions, but it's not like my sole wicks up oil. And then secondly, most of these guys are just working as gardeners and shit. Like, why do they need... What's the big sell on the oil resistant? It was a big deal. It was a big selling point. Oil resistant.
I'm imagining not the PSAs, but the infomercials where tired of having broken combs and someone fumbling with a whole bunch of half combs,
snapping and popping. Yeah,
are combs even popular anymore? I remember when I was a kid, every man had a comb. My dad had it in his wallet. Ace was the name of it.
Yeah, they hung out. It was unbreakable, and the guys would hang them out of their back pockets or put them in their wallet. But either way.
And there was a move to combing it. It was the comb, and then the free hand followed right behind it.
And then there was a tapping motion with the comb, too.
Oh, yeah.
Almost as if you were measuring the height of your hair.
My dad did that.
Gay move. Let's the guys at the bar know you're Greco-active. So how does, whether it's the mullet or the greasy bang with the lot of light traveling through it, how do these things become popular when no other human being that you've looked up to, or, Angelina Jolie or Jennifer Aniston or whoever you're looking up to is engaged in that, whether it's the huge press-on nails with the unicorns airbrushed on them that the crazy women have, like, where did you get this? And then, how much positive reinforcement do you get on greasy bang look or super long nail with unicorn on it? Like, are people constantly stopping you and complimenting you?
Not one compliment.
Not ever.
Not one ever. Not one person goes, oh my God, that dandruff coming out of your greasy bangs. Amazing.
That's
amazing. How do I get that?
Then why? Where's it come from? Like,
I would never shit on one of your points. But and this is not the same thing, I will admit. But if we can get a picture of George Clooney, you mentioned that from Dusk Till Dawn, he does have a little bit of the greasy bang thing. I don't think it's a lot to do with it, but he did a bit of greasy bang.
No, that's true. It's got a little, but he's playing a convict.
That's true.
I mean, it's not a debonair international jewel thief or anything.
No, he's killing vampires.
Playing a con man, and I think Tarantino even has more bangs.
Oh, yeah, they both have the hair combed forward.
Yeah.
Hair slicked forward.
That was during that era. Everyone had it.
All right.
Costner had it at one time.
So let me ask you guys
Bodyguard.
This question.
I hated that movie.
I got a couple of quick questions, speaking of oil-resistant soles. I was talking to Dr. Druitt today about how quietly douchey the lineman boots were. These are the boots that have the big heel in them, and they have the steel shank and the steel toe, and some of them even have the flap that hangs over the laces.
Yes.
The regular boots.
Timberland.
What are they for?
Yeah, well, they're called lineman boots because they're the guys who climb the telephone poles and work on the lines, and that's why the insole, the shank, is steel because they can stand on that thing and sort of hook their heel on the thing. They're big. Everyone thinks cowboy boots are the douchiest footwear for guys. I would argue there's a hipster. All right. There's the picture.
That's it.
The hair is forward. That's true. Although for Tarantino, I think it's the last vestige of my hair's coming undone.
It's a last hurrah.
It's a last hurrah for the hair. All right, show me these boots. It's a hipster. It's a douchey hipster thing. And A, only short guys do it because it's like a 2.5, 3 inch heel.
Yeah.
B, it's like way too much fucking boot for. And the ones you're showing me, Gary, are even a little too high.
Well, they're fashionable.
There's a lower version of that boot, but they take forever to put on and take off. it's weird because I look at the cowboy boot as the douche weapon of choice, but I think this is actually a douchier weapon of choice.
It's douchey because it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable at all. So there's no sell to
at
that
least
shoe.
the cowboy boot, you slide on and slide off. This thing takes forever to lace up.
Yeah.
And by the way, where the fuck are you going? I see more guys wearing this shit at concerts than you would on a job site. And by the way, these guys have never been on a job site. These aren't their boots. They're in great shape. They're not their work boots. They're I'm 5'9.5" and I want to add 2.5 inches and see if I can get up near 6 foot boots. And also I'm a tough guy boot.
Yeah.
But they're quietly the douchiest form of footwear for guys.
Adam, what I hate the most is I had a friend that always wore those boots. And
Was he a
always,
douche?
Yeah, he was a big douche. And he would sell it by saying, dude, the toes are steel. I'm like, who the fuck cares?
Right.
The toes are steel. Feel that. And then he hit it.
Just in case.
Okay, and you're walking.
That's
The fuck?
That's
Who
the
needs a
whole
steel
point.
toe?
Well, I don't. They're like if you're a white
Martin.
supremacist and you gotta scrap a lot on the street. I guess you need a steel toe. But other than that,
Well, is this is the first time I've wondered this. Is the steel toe so that if something falls on your
Yes.
foot, you're protected, or so you can kick the shit out of someone?
It's an ancillary benefit.
yeah, it's sort of like. At first, Lorena Bobbitt thought the knives were just for cutting ham, and then at a certain point, it took a turn. You know what I mean?
Cutting hog.
Yeah. So it is that that thing of it's for workplace, for guys who work around I-beams and shit. If stuff falls down, they don't get their toes crushed. But it is a super douchey. I argue douchier than the cowboy boot. Because the cowboy boot is a look at me, I'm a douche, or look at me, I'm from Wyoming, or whatever it is. I'm an oil man. But this is sort of quietly the douchier shoe for me. That's me. I don't know if I know a guy who wears that shoe, if I know a guy who wears that shoe who I want to hang out with.
That's a very showy shoe. It always is, because they are always pristine.
And they're always short dudes that are trying to get a little extra height. For no good reason. Tall dudes don't wear those.
In terms of all cowboy boot wearers, 50-50, guys who are cowboys are using them for cowboying versus fashion. These are 80-20, guys are wearing for fashion versus guys wearing them to go up the line.
No, the guys, if you're wearing them for work, you're at work. You're not at the concert. That's the whole thing. You see these guys in Starbucks wearing these things. They didn't climb down a telephone pole and walk into a Starbucks. I got nothing against the guys who wear them for a reason. I got the ones who are wearing them with $200 jeans and going to fancy restaurants.
This boot should never look clean. This boot should be covered in fucking mud.
That's right.
Always.
That's right.
And every guy that wears this, pristine.
Thank you.
Beautiful. No creases.
Right. We should hear a little Rich Banks song. Yeah. I don't know anything about it other than Dickie Banks put another song together for us. So let's give it a listen.
You want to hear it right now?
Yeah, okay.
This is actually, I was listening to it a little bit ago. This is actually a live track, which is I think a first from Rich Banks. But here it is, a live track from Rich Banks.
All right. Sometimes when I'm on stage at night and I'm up here sweating my ass off, playing my songs, think about my lady. She's at home, just sitting there, man, eating sushi, watching them Beverly Hills Wives, and what I wish while I'm up here, she was at home running in place. You know, maybe give me 10 push-ups. That's fair. Maybe she can cook up a pot roast. 1, 2, 3, huh! My stomach's empty, I'm getting hungry. Been on the road now. When I get home, cook for me.
It's alive.
Cook for me.
Bootleg.
I need a woman that'll, yeah, she'll cook for me. Now, cook for me, baby. How about lasagna? Your Italian mama, let Papa Manja cook for me. Start the stove, cook for me. Just
Oh, the great Dickie Banks. Yeah, it's a little running joke with me and Bruce and Phoenix and Nils Lofgren. But I don't, Joe, when you were married.
Yeah.
I as I've said,
not one cooked meal.
For me, everything is relative. I went to one of the hardest times I ever had was Jimmy Kimmel had bid on some sort of charity event for one of those beachfront Mexico. There's where Jennifer Aniston hangs out with Courtney Cox on, one of those places. It's got servants. It's got,
yes.
It's weird. It's like rich man, poor man, no doors on the place you're at. Like those villas are just totally expansive, and for some reason there's like iguanas walking around through the living room, but you're not bothered by them. But if it's at your house, you'd be screaming and chasing them with a broom. But it's just what it is. And then there's like fresh fruit everywhere, and there's a guy who's making you drinks all the time, and you just sort of get up when you get up and ask whoever make you breakfast, and they got like screening rooms, and it's like it's the greatest thing ever. It's one of those resort places that are on the beach. And everyone was staying like from Thursday to Sunday, but I had to cut out Saturday because I had to go to Addison, Texas and do 2 shows. And
You got to go.
I got to go. I was thank you. I was devastated.
Yeah.
And going to Addison, Texas and doing 2 shows is never a good time. But going from where Jennifer Aniston hangs out in Mexico to Addison, Texas to do 2 shows and stay at the Red Roof Inn across the street was fucking devastating. And the fact that everyone was like, I did that thing where I was packing my bag and I was going out, and everyone sort of looked up like someone was getting a massage outside and someone else was drinking a daiquiri by the infinity pool and went like, "Oh, you're going now?" Yes. Where Addison? Where's that?
Why?
Fuck. It was like the shittiest ride to an airport ever, and it was to fly back to L.A. to then go to Burbank.
Free blowjobs at 5.
Oh, yeah.
You're leaving, Adam?
Bottomless blowjobs.
Bottomless blowjobs over at the buffet blowjob table, Adam. Where are you going?
I got to get on. I'm going to Addison.
Oh,
it's design your own blowjob.
Oh,
you know it's Fluffer Friday.
Oh,
we just have random girls fluffing.
I'm going to Addison, Texas.
Are you sure?
Addison.
Oh.
So when I call my wife in between the 2 shows in Phoenix, and I talk to my boy, and I get she's getting a massage, I feel a rusty blade just going through my gullet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, somehow, there's another show to do. We all get it. There's some business before that.
Yes.
Nothing has changed, but somehow it ratcheted it up. The misery index got ratcheted up because someone is eating sushi or getting a massage, and I'm doing this. And that, I don't know if you felt that way when you were married.
Yes, all the time.
Right.
Is it a reminder that we're not all in this together?
I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's the same reason why every single guy who goes to every single bachelor party comes back, and when their wife goes, "How was it?" Ugh. Frank fucking booted in the taxi. Okay. The room was like, I had to sleep on a Murphy, like a pull-out bed, and I'd sleep with Frank, and he still smelled like, and then he threw up again. Fucking disaster.
I feel like I know where you're going with this, and I feel better just hearing it.
Right, because if you went, fucking, I got my cock ground on all night. Like, it was awesome. Like, you don't do that.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, you play it down.
You play it down.
Yeah.
You play it down for a reason, because you always, every business trip, all that, you always play it down. And for some reason...
Until she finds glitter on your face.
Right.
Then
Even then.
Right.
Oh, Frank.
Right.
Frank had glitter lotion on.
Frank vomits glitter.
He grabbed his wife's lotion for the trip, and fucking Frank. Idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, I know his aftershave smells like vag juice, but They got it. I mean, they can get anything on the internet these days. I should tell them to switch. They'll be attacked by bees next time.
Bad juice?
I don't name the stuff. I just buy it on the internet. I guess Frank does. But that song we just heard was just sort of an homage to that. And I've always just joked around, but quietly serious that when you were married and you were doing 2 shows and you were heading for Addison, Texas.
St. Charles, Illinois was the most depressing.
You wanted your wife home running in place or doing push-ups or something, right?
Yeah.
Or cleaning behind something that you never would have thought to clean behind?
Yes.
And missing you, right?
Yes. That.
Right, by vacuuming.
Yes.
Right, showing her love for you by vacuuming.
Clean the fridge.
No, but honestly, calling and going, oh, hey, no, I'm not at home, I'm out eating sushi versus I'm cleaning the fridge.
That
it's
makes
like
you
a
feel
totally
better.
different...
Totally.
Totally different vibe, right?
Yeah. And then you make suggestions.
That's right.
Like, can you bring the dry cleaning in too? And maybe finish the laundry?
Well, then you're like, oh, I'm not missing out on anything at home.
Right. If I was at home right now, I'd be watching you clean a refrigerator.
Yeah.
Right. But now, instead, I wish I was eating sushi with you. I think that's what it does. All right.
St. Charles is where I wanted to kill myself.
Why
I haven't played that room. It's in the middle
That's
of
the
nowhere
worst
in
Sinatra
Illinois.
song ever.
Yeah. I wanted to kill
Tony
myself.
Bennett, but thanks.
Where
Yeah.
I had to pretend to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. Like, just force myself to fall asleep. And then I had to wake up an hour later and go, fuck, 8 more hours till showtime. Just wanted to die, man.
Well, sounds lovely.
Get me out of here. It was a barn. It was literally a barn where I performed. It was the top part of the barn. And then the hotel was behind it. It was the worst gig ever.
Atlanta sort of barn, isn't it?
Yes.
The Atlanta Funny Bone? What is... Well,
Punchline.
Punchline.
Yeah.
That's basically a barn, right?
Yeah, it's a barn.
Yeah, that's... that for me, that's where I started to kind of come undone. I'll tell you... Oh, because that was the one where... Jim Brewer and I had this horrible feud. I've said before, I wasn't really a feud. It's just I made fun of him. I was making fun of Dag through Jim Brewer, and Jim Brewer just went on a rampage, and he was explaining he was going to kill me and this, that, and the other. And I got to the club in Atlanta, and I was just doing one night, and I said, I was doing a Thursday night, and I said, who's coming in over the weekend? And the club owner said, Jim Brewer's playing this weekend. And I went, whew. What hotel's he staying at? So he's staying at your hotel. And I said, oh, ship's in the night because I'm playing Thursday and he's playing Friday. And he's like, no, he's coming in a day early for press. He's coming tonight. And I was like, so I had to do my whole fucking act with Jim Brewer somewhere in the audience, although I didn't know where he was. I just knew he was waiting for me. And then when I was done, we'd get to confront each other after the act. It was like, imagine that feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, and in a barn or whatever that place.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a barn, right?
At that point, it's a saloon.
Yeah, it's
It's about to go down.
Yeah.
A lot of cowboy boots at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. There's only enough room for one semi-funny sheriff in this town. Doors
So did you
open.
just do a super duper long show that night?
Yeah, I filibustered. I did what Dane Cook does. I did a 19-hour show.
Joe, have you ever had any feud with another comic?
No.
None?
No.
Disagreements?
I just keep it to myself. No reason.
Yeah,
it's just dumb. It just goes nowhere.
I wasn't trying to start a feud with him, but he was right to be pissed off at me.
What did you say?
I was
as I start the fight back up.
He showed up for Loveline one night, probably a little jet lagged, maybe a little stoned, and maybe a little tired, and did not impress me as particularly funny. He just kind of hung out for one night. It happens.
Yeah.
Late night show. It can happen.
Yeah.
He had an off night. Then, 5 years later, Dag was on my radio show, and I was looking down the list of comics for Comedy Central's Top 100 stand-up comedians, and Dag was 97, but Jim Brewer was 89. And I started making fun of Dag that Jim Brewer was funnier than he is, and Jim Brewer's not funny. And that was the problem. That's the problem that Jim Brewer had. See, I was beating Dag with a Jim Brewer stick.
Yeah.
But Jim took much more offense to it than Dag did. and sort of rightfully
Well, yeah, because
so.
you're saying, hey, Dag, you're funny. Jim Brewer, you're not.
No, I was kind of saying you're not as funny as Jim Brewer, and Jim Brewer's not funny. So they were both not.
I stand corrected.
I was making fun of both of them.
Yeah.
But Jim Brewer didn't take that in the spirit in which it was intended. Which was me making fun
insult.
of. Yeah, it was a complete insult, but I was making fun. I was still trying to make fun of Dag.
Yeah, with Jim Brewer.
With Jim Brewer. Yeah. But I copped to it. I understood that.
Yeah. How are you and Jim now?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on tomorrow's show.
Yeah. No, I'm good with him. And by the way, I've since heard him be very funny on Stern on multiple occasions. So, we got over it. It was just
Jim had an off night because Jim's very funny.
He is, and he did. And that's what happened. But I had nothing else to compare it to. He just came on my show and wasn't that funny that one night. So it's all I had in my Jim Brewer file, and that was it.
Yeah.
So, and he's a nice guy, and he's a funny guy, and we went and patched it up in that weird upstairs part in the barn.
Yeah.
Where the office
just where the light is.
Yeah.
The spotlight. It's a creepy place.
Yeah. Right. But
their claim to fame is this is where Eddie Murphy practiced his set for Delirious.
Oh, really?
That's what they say. Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
They have a photo.
Well, how would Bung Lu Sue pronounce Delirious?
Delirious. Delirious. Yes, very funny.
Eddie Murphy's is
Eddie Murphy, very funny.
Yeah, it's good. He wears that cool outfit.
Red.
Yeah, tight.
3 different color red.
Yeah, 3 different color.
Cherry.
Cherry.
Corvette.
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 Corvette red.
Yeah, Corvette red.
Corvette red.
And a Brad.
Blood.
Brad.
Brood.
Bread red. Like a gang.
Bread red.
Like the gang Brad. The Broads and the Crips.
The Broads.
Brads.
The Crips and the Bloods.
Yeah. Blood
red.
red.
Okay, so
Corvette red.
Corvette.
Yeah, and a cherry. And a cherry.
And cherry.
My favorite red.
Cherry red and a blood.
So good.
I mean, just blood red.
Bread red, yes. Absolutely.
And he's wearing, it's leather, right?
All leather, yes. 3 different shades of leather.
All weather, did you
3
say?
different shades of leather.
Weather?
Feather.
Feather?
Feather, like a cow. Skin,
Cow.
Like a cow skin.
Suede?
Feather.
Leather?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So he wore the tight different, and then one he wore
3 different shades of red.
3 different shades. Now there's
cherry,
and
then
a Corvette,
and a
Chevrolet Corvette,
and Dana Brad.
Dana who?
Brad.
Dana Brad. Brad.
Like a crib, opposite a crib.
Opposite of a crib
is a Brad.
Is Brad. Brad's the
Not
opposite
a Brad,
of a crib.
You asshole.
Woo.
Brad. Like a Brad. I'm breathing.
Brad's the opposite of a crib.
If you stab me, I'm breathing.
I don't care who you. Oh, okay. Yes, you bleeding. Okay, I got you. But let me ask you this: didn't he do another one where he wore like a blue,
purple? He had a purple.
He had a purple.
Purple with a prairie.
What?
Purple with a prairie.
He praised who?
Prairie rubber suit. Raw.
He had a
raw was a purple and a prairie.
He wore and
Eddie Murphy in a raw had a purple and a prairie.
Praised you?
River.
What river?
You don't understand anything I say.
You said that he praised you?
No. In a row. He wear purple.
In a row.
Purple. The color purple, like Oprah Winfrey. The color purple.
The color purple.
The color purple.
I'm purple.
Purple Paisley. Purple praise.
Paisley.
Purple praise.
Paisley.
Yes, exactly.
Like you would say the country singer Brad Paisley. Brad
Paisley.
Paisley. Right.
Purple.
So he wore, and this is in Raw.
Raw.
Okay. Delirious.
Red.
3 shades of red.
3 shades of red.
And 3 shades of red.
Yeah.
In Raw.
Yes. One
purple.
Purple, like an Oprah Winfrey.
Right. And the red.
Purple of Paisley. Purple
right.
Paisley.
Right.
With a douchebag cowboy boot.
Right. And a weird cowboy
boot. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't wear the lineman boots. That's right. Okay. Tight. Not the outfit I'd want to do, comedy in. I feel like you get a lot of ball sweat going. You work up a lather up there on that stage.
No underwear when you wear that.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't. And if you do, you got to go
That's skin on skin. That's your new skin.
Yeah.
You just put the leather on.
Are you surprised as I was that Bung Lu knew not only the movie The Color Purple, which at this point is almost 30 years old, but that Oprah Winfrey co-starred in it, a minor, a supporting role?
He likes big black
women.
You know, Bung Lu, love them.
tasty.
Should have known that.
Yeah.
I didn't know how deep his love went.
Well, you know, when he was trying out for the floaters, that was part of his whole thing.
Yes.
Get ready with that. I want to hear a little of that for a second. First, LegalZoom, baby. Protect your family and your finances. Get real peace of mind. Get legal help you can trust at LegalZoom.com. They've been helping Americans get wills, powers of attorney, living trust for over 13 years. Protect your assets with LLCs, S corporations, trademarks, real estate documents, and more. They make it painless. They make it easy to get legal protection. LegalZoom. Take care of you from start to finish, from soup to nuts. It's the modern way to get legal help. LegalZoom, baby. Dawson?
For special savings, enter Adam in the referral box at checkout. Protect your family. Protect your future at LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom was developed by top attorneys to provide self-help services at your specific direction, but they're not a law firm. Legal help is furnished through vetted independent attorneys.
All right. Bung Lu?
Yes. Adam Carolla.
Carolla, yeah. Yeah, now...
Here we go.
Yeah, there's... Well, you know...
Hi.
No, hold on a second.
I'm Bung Lu too.
No, let's just listen to
Want
the
to
floaters.
fuck?
I want to hear a
Oh,
couple of the
sorry.
guys from the floaters.
So to the point. Sorry about that.
Yeah. We'll find that for you.
Aquarius. And my name is Rhett. Now I like a woman who loves her freedom. And I like a woman who can hold her own.
Libra. And my name is Charles. Now I like a woman that's quiet. A woman who carries herself like Miss Universe. Leo. Now my name is Paul. You see, I like all women of the world. Cancer. And my name is Larry. And I like a woman that loves everything and everybody.
That was nice.
Yeah. So, Bung, we're looking to get a little Asian fusion
yes.
in
Yeah, the crew.
in the floaters.
The group really need that.
Yeah, and we're just freestyle it a little bit. You know,
I'll try. I have nothing written down, so
no,
maybe.
but just kind of start off with who you are, give your sign, your zodiac sign, obviously, and then talk about the ladies and
yes,
the kind of ladies you'd like. Let's just try this.
All kinds. Hi. Bang Lu Su. Rooster. On the Chinese calendar.
Yeah, I'm
I am
sorry.
the
Do you have a
rooster.
zodiac sign that's
Like-
one of our months?
That is the Chinese calendar.
Right.
The rooster, which is the most positive one.
Right.
For a man.
Right.
Nicknamed the cock.
Understood. But
Cockfighter.
we're playing a lot of amusement parks.
Ah, yes. Like a Disneyland.
Where?
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Yes.
Right. And so
Oh, I
for that
gotcha.
audience,
Yes.
hearing the rooster and the
Uh-huh.
cock and the Chinese calendar, you know what I mean? If you could
Got
just
it.
pick Sagittarius.
I don't know that. I've tried it before.
No,
Very
Sagittarius.
tangy.
We don't have a Sagittarius
Very
in the
tangy
group.
Sagittarius.
All right, just pick
Good
something
with
from.
peanuts.
There's 12 to choose from.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Let's go.
All right. Always funny.
Hey. My name Bang Lu Su. You can call me Bang. And for my wish is to have a black lady. Very black. So black you can't see her when she sleep. She wake up, I go, there you are. You like ninja. If she turn her hand over, I go, there your hand.
Sure.
Then she put her hand back down, I don't see no more.
Sure. Yeah.
Big black woman like an Oprah Winfrey.
Color purple.
Oh, yeah. Give her some of the cock, a.k.a. the rooster.
Ah, right.
Zodiac sign from China.
Yeah. Okay.
You ever get love from behind? So fast, so quick, disappear like ninja. You don't even see me coming. Just disappear up in the roof. All you see is a cloud of smoke on top of your body. Whoosh, sound effect. Fuck you so fast, like a Jackie Chan.
A bungalow?
Not one dick, but two. Like nunchuck.
Yeah, hold on.
I come like this. Like a Bruce Lee.
Yeah. Bung. We're looking for a certain...
Rooster. Call me Rooster.
Okay.
Adam.
We're looking for a certain vibe, a certain attitude.
My penis go from 2 inches to a fully erect 3 inches.
We're looking
Can you take that, brag ladies?
Humble brag.
But very girthy.
We're looking for a little more of a mood than actually telling
so sorry.
people what you're going to do to them
Understandable.
sexually. You know what I'm
sorry,
saying?
I take very romantic turn on that one.
Right.
Let's try again.
Taking the black women from behind is not exactly what the Disney audience is going to be looking for. You know, then we go to Knott's Berry Farm, we go to Spillikin Corners.
Oh, okay.
You know, they got a nice stage there.
Rago Rand.
Where?
Rago Rand.
The museum?
The Reagan Museum?
Rago Rand. San Diego. Rago Rand.
Lego.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lego.
Right.
There we go.
Right. It's a young audience.
Very young.
All right. So here we go.
It's a PG-13.
This is PG, probably.
Okay, cool. Hey, girl. They call me Mr. Sue, a.k.a. Bang Lu. Can I Bang Lu all over you? Maybe your chest, too? Black ladies, beware.
Yeah, maybe you should focus on all the
Beware.
ladies. Let's not threaten the black ladies.
Oh, beware, black lady. I really like. In my country, there's no black lady.
Right.
In America, lots of black lady.
Sure.
Especially at Magic Mountain.
Well,
Lots of blacks at the Magic Mountain.
yeah.
2 for 1 day.
Well, no, they don't have that for black ladies. I think they just have the 2 for 1 day.
Do you like Kung Fu movie?
Yeah, sure.
I think every lady like a Kung Fu movie.
Well,
Make love to you very fast.
if you just
Very quick. In and out. Then go right to work. You never see me ever again. Leave a bowl of rice right by the window. I'll climb right in. Take advantage of you at night time. Then leave again.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, okay.
The rooster.
All right, Bung, we got all
AKA the cock.
We have all your information here.
He did a better job
Don't
at
need a
implying the
condom.
sexuality, but it was a little more threatening this time.
Yeah.
So sorry
Coming in
about
through the
that.
window. We got all your
You
info
ever wear
here.
flip-flop in the bed like me?
No.
I wear flip-flop in bed.
Well, I don't see the sense in that.
Just in case I sleep and slide. I have a flip-flop on.
You sleep what?
Just sleep and slide.
Slip and slide?
Sleep and slide, yes.
Yeah, you put this.
Put a flip-flop on, I'm out the door.
Yeah.
Make love in shower.
Oh, with the flip-flops
With
on?
the flip-flop on.
Yeah.
I will say this, he has a lot of foresight.
Yeah.
Bung Lu Su when it comes to lovemaking.
Wash your body with a golden shower.
No, Bung.
So good.
No, Bung.
So good.
No, Bung.
So good.
Oh, Bung. All right, DraftKings, baby. Smooth transition.
Buy you a necklace.
Come on.
A pearl necklace.
Understood.
Love you, Carolla.
Love you, Bung. My listeners win like crazy at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-day fantasy baseball site. Do not miss it, man. Guy turned $11 into $4,000. Another guy, $100,000 first time out. Someone even won $1 million last year, Brian.
No one won $1 million.
They won $1 million at DraftKings.com.
What?
How you doing, Brian?
Good, man. I'm in a 50-50 contest today, so the top 10 in this contest double their money. I'm in 9th place right now, so so far so good.
It's easy. It's one-day fantasy baseball. No season-long commitments. No being stuck with players. Just instant cash every day. DraftKings Dawson.
Right now, get free entry into DraftKings' biggest fantasy baseball contest of the year. Over $3 million in cash prizes with $1 million for first place. Enter Adam at DraftKings.com for your free shot at hundreds, thousands, even $1 million. Free spots are going quick. Enter Adam now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com.
All right. Rhett Miller's out there from Old 97s. We will bring him in just 1 second. Real quick phoners, just because they've been waiting. Matt, 29, Oregon.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
All right.
Got a bit of a dilemma, hoping you to give me some advice.
Sure.
Basically, live in a 2-bedroom apartment with my wife, and it looks like the mother-in-law is going to be forced to move in here imminently. And I was just wondering if maybe you had some, I'm sure you could come up with some ideas for how to handle the situation.
Your wife have a kid? What's going on here?
Well, we don't have a kid. No kids. The mother-in-law does have 2 large dogs.
Yeah.
But,
moving. Let me tell you something about the people, the adults who have to move in. It's sort of like the people you have to lend money to, you'll never get paid back, because if you just spun a wheel and you put all your friends' names on it, it might land on Jimmy Kimmel or Joe Coy, in which case I'd get my fucking money back. But unfortunately, the only group that wants to borrow money are the people that don't have money.
Yeah.
So your chances of getting paid back decrease significantly, because the only people that need it are the people that don't have it and won't get it. The people that need to live with you, it's not just a random spinning of the adult, I don't have a house wheel, and it could be, oh, wow, you got Mark Cuban's going to shack up with you. Like, this is awesome. You only get losers.
Yeah.
You get losers who are either have such incredibly annoying habits that their husbands or wives or whoever just fucking kicked them to the curb and couldn't take them anymore, or they're just so fucking destitute that at age 61, they could not fucking get it together to get a cleaning deposit for a fucking 1-bedroom apartment. So whoever you're getting, I mean, I got my friend Chris, we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment in North Hollywood. His dad moved in with us for a little bit because he had to kill 30 days before he went to jail. He literally had an appointment for jail.
Fucking party time.
He had to stay on our sofa for 30 days before he went to jail.
Yeah.
See, Mark Cuban wouldn't have done that.
No.
So I'm just saying it's a catch-22. It's not just anyone you're going to get in that spare bedroom. It's
the person you don't want.
And it's someone whose life definitely didn't work out. I think, Matt.
And people that move, that ask to move into someone's place, if you have a dog
or two,
you should never ask anybody if you can move in.
Now you're going to tell me your body is riddled with cancer and I feel horrible. But what is her reason for moving in with her daughter?
Well, she's about to run out of unemployment. Because she's been on it for 6 months. We've already been financially supporting her sort of here and there with, gas for her car or unforeseen expenses, kind of.
What did she do? What does she do? What could she do?
Well, she sort of had a career in senior, essentially like retirement home, kind of assisted living.
Yeah, she drove a van. Look, I'll tell you what I'm going to do in about 3 years with my kids. I'm going to walk around with those chairs that you can turn into walking sticks, but then fold them out, like for the people who watch golf and follow it around.
Yeah.
You can flap it open. And I'm just going to walk around. I'm going to start at the Home Depot in Burbank, and I'm going to find some guy who's over 65 and wearing an orange vest, and I'm just going to flop the chair stick open. I'm going to say, "Sit down, Sonny, to tell you, sir, tell us your story. Just tell him just what happened, what went wrong. Just give him." And just whatever you did, just listen, and we'll know not to do that. And then we'll move on in. How the fuck does people get to 63 or 59 and be like, well, I have a checking account, but it's not, I guess you could call it active. Like, it's like you're fucking 60.
I deposit checks. I just can't write them.
What's going on?
Yeah.
What I needed. I
can't take cash out because I only have one form of ID.
Right,
it's such bullshit at my bank.
I'm 59. I just need some gas money.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
What happened? Look, how does this work? What's going on?
It's sad.
And it's sad, but it could be cured with more judging. That's my point. I want to know what's up.
Why every time they're broke as shit, they always have animals, too?
Yeah.
You can't take care of yourself. Why did you take on the responsibility of 2 large animals?
No, I have 14 kids and 6 llamas, but no job.
I need corn for my llamas.
Mark Cuban has 1.5 kids and no llamas. You understand me?
Your kid to llama ratio needs to be in check.
That's right. Yes, go ahead, Matt.
I don't know. Like, it's just.
It's going to be disaster if she
her last 3 or 4 jobs. Like, it's been, and now she can't get more work because every reference she has basically fired her.
Why was she fired? What did she tell you was the reason?
Pick a reason. She's just one of those people who seems like, from her descriptions, is a perpetual victim. It's always somebody else's fault, you know? Her boss, my boss was a dick, or so-and-so had it out for me.
Of course. Yeah, I love it when your boss has it out for you, because that's their whole plan.
Oh, yeah.
Hire you, spend a shitload of money training you, and then fire you. That's how you get rich.
I can't wait to get this guy.
So they make a ton of money as a company. You train people and then fire them. Yeah. All right, Matt, don't let her move in. It's going to be a disaster.
It's going to be horrible. You think letting her move in is a disaster? Wait till she has to move out. You have to get the authorities.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, don't do it. I'm telling you.
All right, I'll barricade the door.
No, listen, you
Good luck with your marriage when you don't.
I'm telling you, I would pitch it to my wife as I'm doing this for us. Like, we're going to argue about this. It's going to cause...
But it's my mom. It's my mom. You just want me to put her out? I grew up with those dogs.
Cheryl Ann?
No.
What's her name, Matt?
Catherine.
Hold on. With a C or with a K?
With a K.
With a K?
Oh, with a C.
With a C.
C? Okay. Catherine?
What? Catherine with a fucking C.
Listen to me,
like
baby.
It's with a K.
Catherine, listen to me.
What do you spell it with?
A C.
Yeah, then stop saying it like with a K.
I'm sorry.
It's not Catherine.
When I
it's
get
Catherine.
angry, I put an extra emphasis on the
Yes,
first
you do,
syllable
and I
of
don't
your
like
name,
it.
and I make it sound like a consonant instead of a vowel. So listen to me.
Where's my mom supposed to stay?
Oh, wait a minute.
They're both
shit.
consonants.
They're both consonants. Shit. You really think about a C shouldn't be. It's so early.
You're right.
Almost
And
as early as
get
B.
B out of there, too.
Well, hey, come on.
D.
All right. Anyway, look. Stop it with the
What,
fucking...
Matt?
What? Oh,
Where the fuck
Matt.
is she supposed to go?
Listen, Catherine.
What?
She's supposed
So
to...
she's just going to be
Look,
homeless? That's my fucking mother.
She's not going to be homeless.
Her boss had it out for her.
No, her boss
That's
did
what
not
she
have
told
it out
me.
for her. Her
boss is a
She
dick.
said that about her last 6 bosses.
Yeah, and they all try to fuck her.
Because she has issues with males.
No, it's because they're trying to fuck my mom. She's still hot for 63.
What she's doing is she's projecting this.
That's bullshit.
She projects that onto her bosses. She comes here. She's going to start. We're already arguing, and she hasn't even moved in.
What I'm trying to say is, where's my mom supposed to go? I'm not going to put my mom on the fucking street,
I'll tell you what we're going to do.
Why don't you move?
Okay. Now listen.
Why don't you move? And let's see how easy it is to be homeless.
Listen to me, Catherine.
Talk. Fucking talk.
I'm going to pay for half her rent. We are going to pay for half her rent.
I'm not paying for shit.
She is going to pay for the other half of her rent.
She has
and
no
she's
money,
going to get
Matt.
a 1-bedroom apartment that is near enough to us that we could walk, but far enough away where she won't hear us.
You don't like
fuck.
my mother. You don't like my mother.
I don't like what she brings out in you.
She's staying here with the dogs. Those are my childhood dogs.
Those are Rhodesian Ridgebacks, and they're not even medium-sized ones. They're large by Rhodesian Ridgeback standards, which are
Theodore and
already
Richmond
big.
are staying here.
What are their names?
Theodore and Richmond.
The other, I thought you were going to go a chipmunk route.
No.
All right. Average Rhodesian Ridgebacks are 111 pounds.
Yes.
These things tip the scale at 135.
Because my mom feeds them ribeyes.
The point is she can't afford ribeyes.
Well, if she
or
stays here, we can
Ridgebacks.
afford it.
I appreciate...
Where the fuck is she supposed to go, Matt? It's my mother. I'm not going to sit her on the street. If it wasn't for my mother, you wouldn't have me. You wouldn't have me, you fucking asshole.
Listen, Catherine, you want to do that math. You know, if the earth didn't cool, then none of us would be here.
How about when your mom needed a place to stay? When she came here to visit us for one day. I let her stay here.
My mom was claimed by commuter train in 1999, you whore. Don't you ever bring her name up again.
She deserved
it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. She was an angel. Your mother's a filthy whore.
Stick to the script.
She was an angel. My God. And that's right. I'm going to put emphasis on the K now when I say Catherine. You take that back.
You fucking asshole. It's Catherine with a Z.
You take it back.
Fuck your mother.
My mother's in heaven right now.
I hate you, Matt.
I hate you.
Richmond and Theodore are going to stay here.
Who? The Rhodesian Ridge Rats?
Yes. We're going to feed them ribeyes.
All right.
This has been a wonderful reenact.
That was good.
I like the alliteration with the ribeye and the Richmond and the Rhodesian Ridgeback. And,
Yeah.
it was a lot of good songs.
All right, Matt, answer your question.
Don't let her move in, right? All right. Jason wants to know if I'd ever consider making a movie like The Wonder Years, like a theatrical format. No, I have not. And one last one, and then...
I think it's where you would sort of, modern-day Adam voice over child Adam going through horrible things.
Hey, you want to know what's crazy? Wonder Years, Danica McKellar.
McKellar.
Oh, my bad. She's really cool. She's, like, really smart.
into math.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I got to meet her. She came to my show. I was pretty fascinated. I was like, oh, my God. I know.
She
like
bogarted all the math smarts for the chicks.
Yeah.
My girl's going to be
why.
retarded because she took all the math.
She took all the math.
She fucking squirreled all the math away. There's one woman who
She took
knows
like
everything about math.
120%.
Yeah.
All of it.
All of it.
My daughter's going to be trying to figure out the tip on a $10 bill, and Danica's got it. She's making rocket fuel in her basement. Yeah. She's all into it.
Brains.
But,
my son asked me what an improper fraction is, and I just told him it's when a fraction does something wrong to another fraction. That's how stupid I am.
I did Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Forget it.
The first question was a first grade question about a prime integer, and I didn't even know what a fucking integer was. No. And I was like, is that a first grade question? Because I sailed all the way through high school, baby. I didn't know what a fucking integer was when I was in the first grade.
That wasn't in the first grade.
I swear to God. It was.
Do you think originally it was like, are you smarter than a sophomore? And they're like, that's not going to draw the crowds enough.
Wait, what am I saying? How'd I say it? Did I say integer?
Sorry, I missed it. I was listening to it.
Gary's giving me a pronunciation thing.
Integer.
All right, something like that. Well, there you go. But the point is it was a first grade or could have been a second grade question. It wasn't a fifth grade question. That was the sad part.
Are you sure about that?
I'm telling you, somebody will pull up the fucking spot on YouTube.
Like first grade in China.
That's what I tried to...
Too smart. Not America.
That's what I tried to explain.
My son was still making a turkey with his hand in the first.
Monkey in a dryer, baby. Love these guys. You guys see our T-shirts with the eyebrow and the headphones and the silhouette that everyone loves so much. That is Monkey in a Dryer. They do custom shirts. They do embroidered hats. They'll do it for your crew. They got you covered. They design the stuff. Or they'll help you create your own. And like I said, they do... we didn't come to them. They came to us, and they went, here's our design. And everyone went, wow, that's super cool. And all of a sudden, we got a new T-shirt. Monkey in a Dryer. They make group ordering easy. Create the custom web page. Put your products on there. It's super easy. It's super fun. And you can do sales, whatever you got. You need T-shirt, you need hats. Free shipping within the continental U.S. Just go to monkeyinadryer.com. Get a 12% discount right now using the promo code 1Adam12. Love that show. That is the number 1, Adam and 12, Monkey in a Dryer. These guys are really, really cool guys, and they do really cool work. All right, let's see what grade question it is, I think. I'm going to go second grade math.
Second grade math.
Wow.
Adam, for another $1,000, here's the second grade question. What is the lowest positive integer?
What the?
What is the lowest?
Second grade 4
positive
times and
integer?
never heard that once. All right.
That's more of a vocab question than anything.
Adam, you look handsome. Forget the question.
That's the lighting, I think.
Very handsome.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate it. Let's see. I don't have a life mulligan. Go back and do over again. Let's see. Oh, boy. Let's see. Hey, Johnny?
Yeah. Hey, first, Joe, love your work. You Asian guys really know how to pull off becoming women, so make some of the best trannies there are.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you for that compliment.
That's very nice. Thank you.
We need...
Hey, Adam.
Tell my mom
quick,
that, or should I say father?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Adam, real quick, just wanted to thank you for the backers party last night. It was great music, live music, great entertainment, great food, and what an amazing facility. So
Good. Everyone nice to you?
Everyone was nice.
Good.
I just wish they would have treated the facility a little bit better, maybe picked up after themselves. But all in all, great people, great time, just overall exceptional event. It was great to see and have an inside look at what you do and what your passions are. So,
well, thanks. Yeah.
Now,
yes.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say hurry up.
Okay. Well, hey, recently on the show we talked about Obama and how many rounds of golf he's had. You know, he's up near 180. And so the question is, you know, like the concept in golf with the mulligan, have you ever reflected back in life, and if you could apply a mulligan, where to? And would throwing out the first pitch, the Dodgers game, rank up there, or maybe blaming Sonny for stealing the money? Like, what would be your mulligan if you could apply one?
I love that he's going to list for you all the failures that you've experienced.
I'm so glad I potted you up.
Listen. I feel like I'm an extension of you, and I cannot watch that first pitch video. It just upsets me. I feel so ashamed.
Thank you.
Such a pathetic showing.
Not
really embarrassing.
Not doing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, I'd say. If I had the decision to do it again, I would not do that. That's the mulligan I would take.
All right. Well, I think everything's turned out pretty well from what I could see.
All right.
Like, great car collection.
Thank you,
Hey, Johnny, can you never call again?
Johnny's one of these guys. He's obnoxious, but he doesn't know it because he thinks he's funny. So we'll cut him.
I
we'll
felt
cut
like that tranny comment was heartfelt.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Rhett Miller's out there from the old 97s, and Joe Coy is in here, and we're going to take a break. And what you do is you go to his website. You go to joecoy.com, JOKOY.com. You find out when he's coming to your town, and he's always coming to a town, and he's always bringing the funny. So we support our friends.
Can we plug my Twitter?
Yeah, sure. It is
at Joe Coy.
At Joe Coy, everybody. Take a quick break.
Love you.
We'll be right back after this.
Allison Rosen. Hey, you guys, it's me, Allison, from Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. I'm sitting here with this week's guest, Jason Nash. Jason, why should they listen this week?
Because we find out that we were both fat kids growing up.
That's right. And
we find out about your relationship. Which is fascinating.
And we find out whether the infidelity addressed in your movie has any roots in real life.
Ooh, salacious.
Because you're all about free love. Or are you? Subscribe to Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend on iTunes or go to AllisonRosen.com. New episodes every Monday and Thursday. I love you.
Allison's your new best friend.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Brody Jenner.
I am Dr. Mike Dow.
We are inviting you guys to come check us out. It's the Brody Jenner Podcast with Dr. Mike Dow.
It is a fresh take on life's biggest dilemma, love.
You got Dr. Mike Dow, who's a couples therapist. You got me. I'm not the best, but I do a pretty good job. We'll have a different celebrity guest each week joining the conversation with us.
We are serving nothing but love and relationships on the Brody Jenner Podcast.
Go download it every Thursday at podcastone.com. That is podcastone.com.
Help Adam Carolla save podcasting for all of us. Donate anything you can at fundanything.com/patent troll.
Rhett Miller, old 97s. He is doing some solo work. He's got some live dates coming up. Playing Woodstock. And not the Woodstock, but in the city. Also, he's going to be in, is it Stephen Talkhouse?
Yeah, out in Long Island.
And that's coming up July 31st. Woodstock's July 11th. You can go to rhettmiller.com and find out where he's going to be and when he's going to be. I'm reading here at the bottom that says Vince Gilligan put old 97s on a loop when he wrote the Breaking Bad finale and final scenes. Is that true? And how do we find that out? And isn't that cool?
That's what he said in Hollywood Reporter, I guess. I've never met him. Apparently he's a fan, but he used the Marty Robbins version of the song, which I thought sucked. Come on. I mean, the version's great, but the fact that he used it, come on, man.
Right.
He said he listened to ours while he was writing it.
That's really, it's weird because you'd never expect anybody, like, I mean, I imagine, I don't know if you're wired this way, but you know when somebody says, oh, so-and-so was talking about you, and you go, why? And they go, Because I guess the guy heard you and he likes you or something, and you go, but what? They were talking about me? What for? Like, all of a sudden you're back in junior high. But it's also a weird low self-esteem thing where you don't think anybody who's important is listening to your shit or talking about you?
Yeah.
Or do you feel that way?
You don't believe it. You think they're like just saying something nice when they say it, you know? I got to meet Springsteen, and the first thing he said was, "Oh, man, I love your band." And I was like, no, really?
Really?
But then I went and found out that he'd been playing us in pre-show music for years, and so then I felt cool. Then all of my anxiety about my self-worth went away in that moment.
So Bruce is got to figure out his sort of pre-show, the music he's going to play when people enter the megaplex that he's playing, right?
It's hard to know. Like, you know, for us, on a much smaller scale, the old 97s, obviously, we've got our tour manager, and he puts his iPhone on there, and he plays stuff that he knows we approve of. And then there's always like one or two songs right before you walk on. Do you do that for comedy? Do you have walk-on music that's always your, like when you're a batter in baseball and you go up to the plate?
What we started, the clubs and the theaters will play the worst. They'll play music that you think was hand-selected to piss you off. Like a really...
Well, there's songs you play when the party's over to get people to leave.
Yeah.
They play
kind of like that.
All clubs and theaters play just Rihanna and Britney Spears and like chick music now. That's their default mode. Or they play really shitty 80s music, and I just can't hear fucking Maneater, and it drives me insane. So what started happening is we started playing our music, and then I would hear a John Hyatt song, and I'd go, oh, this club has really got their shit together. And then I realized, oh, no, that's us forcing them to play John Hyatt songs so that I'm in a better mood. But I would, you would pick the songs. I bet you Bruce would pick the songs or tell him, here's what we want. And he can't play his own songs because that's jacking off, right?
Yeah, he's going to do 3 hours of them.
Imagine if you played your podcast when we were loading in to do the podcast.
So he probably got the old 97s and probably said, let's do it. Or at least he didn't poo-poo it.
Yeah.
When somebody made that decision.
Now, supposedly he's a music fan and keeps up with. I mean, I can't even keep up with music that comes out. Like, how do you do it? I got kids. I got my own career and stuff. I got to go sing it and write it.
I was watching, I think, Bill Maher's show, which I always just want to call politically incorrect.
Yeah. Real time.
And he had the lead singer from Linkin Park on there, and he said that Linkin Park had sold more records or had more number one records in the last decade than any other band. And I just thought, Linkin Park? And then I thought, well, first off, the fact that Linkin Park has been around on the scene for a decade makes me Pops Carolla at number one. Number two, how many guesses would you take before you got to Linkin Park if somebody said who's had more number one albums in the last decade? I mean, it's just fucking weird.
Well, it's all changed so much now because, like, I couldn't tell you. There's probably like a feel-good hit of the summer right now. I have no idea what it is. And I think it's just everything's sort of splintered out. People are listening to podcasts, you know. People are making their own playlists. And, like, where do you find music?
Is it that or is it that we're old now?
Yeah, that's true, too.
But
a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Are the days of the doing the hustle and possibly the Macarena, are they gone? Because, like, in 1977, everyone was forced by law to do the hustle. We had a song. It was a hit. There was a dance attached to it. You had to learn the dance. You wanted to fit in socially. You'd be a pariah if you didn't know how to do the hustle.
I don't know, man. I feel like today's version of that is like Gangnam Style. Like, everyone knew Gangnam Style. Everyone knew the video.
Yeah, but
everyone knew Friday by Rebecca Black. Everyone knows those types of songs.
But let me say this.
Great songs.
I'm saying.
Can't argue with the sales.
The Gangnam Style annoyed the fuck out of the people that weren't into it. Mm-hmm. Whereas I don't feel like my dad was super pissed off at the hustle. You know what I mean?
I'm angry at the hokey pokey.
Yeah.
I feel like so much of my childhood involved being forced into that.
Put your foot in, yeah.
I've never heard anybody
shake
say
it all
that.
about.
Yeah. it's probably how Nazi Germany got started, you know, because it's like, hey, young people, here's what we're telling you to do. Now just do it. And
Put your right arm
now
up.
we got another punch list to get to as well.
Right.
So just stay with it.
First, they asked us to put our right foot in.
Yeah.
We said nothing.
That's right.
And they asked us to put our right foot out.
That's right.
We said nothing.
Put your armband
And
on.
they came for us. They came for our ankle. So the all right, Gangnam Style, yes. So there is this whole thing where this viral thing, but the hustle.
You're right. The hustle had life for years. I mean, that was a wedding song for a decade
People
or more.
had to do it. They had to learn it. It was a law. It was a law. And like I said, it didn't tear the fabric of our nation apart like Mambo No. 5 or
Right, it was not polarizing.
That's right. That's right.
Do you remember where you were when you learned to do the hustle?
I never learned. I watched. I was playing Pop Warner football. I was like a gremlin or a tiny mite or whatever the Pee-wee version. It was Farm, Gremlin, Mighty Mite, Pee-wees, Midgets, and Bantams or something. That was. I went all the way, sailed all the way through. And I remember the cheerleaders practicing the hustle with their little, tape recorder thing on the picnic tables while we were playing. It was kind of hot, at the time.
What did you play on these teams?
I played offense and defense. I always played the line because I was like a big kid, and I just played the offensive line and the defensive line, and I played linebacker later on. And then,
did you excel?
I excelled. I had an incredible gift for athleticism and balance my entire life, and then puberty kicked in, and it all fucking went away. Puberty is basically steroids for 13 and 14-year-old boys. Like it's juicing. Like you see your skinny, scrawny friends, and all of a sudden there's veins in their forearms, and there's like veins in their calves, and they're fucking filling out, and you're like, what the? And for me, puberty never kicked like it kicked for a lot of these guys. So the guys who I used to kick the shit out of on a daily basis just because I had balance and athleticism, all of a sudden they had huge biceps with veins in them, and they started kicking my ass. So then I had a couple of lean years there, which sucked. And then I just started eating hard-boiled eggs and living in the weight room, and I made myself back to what I was. But that was never good enough to, go to the next level.
The egg farts must have been out of control.
No. I ate a dozen hard-boiled eggs a
and then
day.
you locked yourself in a weight room.
That's basically what I did.
Ugh.
Yeah, you can overcome bad
Close the
genes with
windows.
enough eggs and enough preacher curls. Wow. Yeah, eventually. Did you play sports, Rhett?
In 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, I was the quarterback of our 6-man football team, the Lions, and it was so great. It was like the greatest time of my life. And my dad was the coach.
No pass rush.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go deep.
It was just, nobody could pass until we got Gary Bowen in 6th grade. Gary Bowen had a mustache.
Wow.
It was so great. And he was a foot taller than everybody, had these big, long gorilla arms. And he was a really sweet, smart guy. But I would just say, just go out. And I would throw it up real high in the air, and he'd come down with it. And we had a big running back named Jeff, and Jeff was a big dude. He was a big, big kid, but he didn't really always get the playbook. So I'd tell the whole rest of the team what the play was, and then I'd go over to Jeff and go that way. I'm going to give you the ball.
Yeah.
And he would make it to the end zone half the time with kids pulling his pants down around his ankles and then just dragging them along.
Is that tackle football, six-man football?
In Texas, everything is tackle.
That's a good
Basketball
point.
is tackle.
Yeah, because it's huge.
Oh,
in that's Friday Night Lights stuff, right?
For sure.
Yeah, it's a
Permian
huge
Panthers.
It's a huge deal, but I didn't know we have 11-man and then we have 8-man but 6-man
for smaller schools.
I feel like 6-man. I'd just stop in the middle of the game and go, why don't we just combine forces here and then find another 2 6-mans that combine and we can have a real football game here.
Well, it does maximize the fun because there's only a couple of linemen and everybody else is like a fun position player.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I think, what we'd call in high school, we called a passing league. Like the linebackers and the DBs and the quarterbacks would all play each other, but it was like a, as I call it, a passing league. Yeah, every play is like a fun play.
Yeah, but then, like with you, my experience was a little different. I tried to keep going through 7th and 8th grade, and I got just further down the roster. And then finally, I remember there was a thing that happened where I went back in for 8th grade and tried out for the team, and it was that thing where you line up, one guy's going to carry the ball, the other guy's going to knock the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And I would see there was always this one kid who was a couple of years older who would like count where I was in the line and then get in the opposite line so that he could be the tackler.
So he would run you over.
And then he'd get me on the ground and he'd be like whispering in the ear hole of my helmet, "Quit the team, faggot." And I'd be
really?
Like, okay.
Wow.
You know what?
It worked.
You're an idiot, but this is actually good advice.
Yeah.
Giving me.
He did you a favor. Now look at you. You're a big rock star.
Wow. I just kept wanting to tell him, dude, my girlfriend is way hotter than the non-girlfriend that you don't have.
Yes.
Loser.
There used to be a lot of super nerve-wracking drills. The most nerve-wracking drill, Brian, you probably know some of these.
I got beat up in plenty of these.
They would do two good ones. They put the two blocking bags and use them. They put them about 6 feet apart. That was the corridor you had to run through. Then they'd give the guy, the running back, the ball, and he'd be about 5 yards back. And the most annoying one is when the two guys would be lying on their back in the front, and he'd blow the whistle.
And they set the ball down,
and
or
you'd
the one
both
guy
have to
happened?
hop up and try to block each other, and the running back would start running. Or it'd be the 2-on-1, but he'd have to stay in the corridor, stay in the lane.
Yep.
It was all just a lot of concussive kind of head-on
Or
head.
just run head first into each other.
Yeah.
As fast as you can.
Yeah, that's all it was.
It's crazy if you think about it now. Like, we were asked to run head first into each other over and over again, as fast as we could.
When we played
kickoff drills.
Look, remember Bull in the ring? Just put one guy in the middle, and the whole team would form a circle around you about 30 feet around, and the coach would start yelling guys' numbers out, and you'd run out and get one shot at the guy and try to knock him out of the ring. I mean, it's what you would do if you were trying to ruin your brain.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be like, can't we just sit here and huff copier toner? Wouldn't that be more effective at destroying our frontal lobe?
Actually, we've discovered this is more effective.
Really? Okay, we'll play Bull in the ring. Maybe if one of the guys brings some model glue, we could sniff that while he's trying to knock you out of the ring.
I'm so glad my son plays baseball. He's eating up with it. They lost their big tournament game just now. I got a text from my wife, 13-14.
Oh man!
Yeah.
So what?
Thanks
now,
a lot.
how
I
old
was
is your-
DVRing it at home.
Yeah, I get it now. What position? How old?
He's catcher, and it's kind of sweet because he's really smart. I mean, I'm not just saying that because I'm his dad, but catcher, you got to be smart, especially at that level because they're finally stealing, and it's just a steal fest.
Yeah.
And, he's got to cover the plate, so, they can't steal home. And he's 10 years old.
Yeah, that's a man's position. Yeah. And it's also great because baseball, like I played center field most of the time, but then toward the end played like right field. There's a lot of fucking hanging around.
Yeah.
Lots of just downtime. I mean, even in high school, you could go an entire game and have one ball hit you. And that wasn't even a deep fly. That was just like something that got through the second baseman's legs, like you could spend the entire fucking day standing in right field and do nothing.
What are the chances you get hit by a bat as catcher? That's what I would be afraid of.
Yeah, you would think, but it doesn't really happen.
It happens once in a while, like I'll swing and he'll let go of the bat or catcher interference, but that's not too common.
There's a lot of padding.
You get hit by the ball that barely got fouled by the bat
That
and changed the trajectory of it just inches so that instead of going in your mitt, it goes in your face, but you have something over your face. And the concussion fucks with you, but at least nothing's broken.
I got a text earlier that said, Max got hit in the face by a pitch. And I wrote back, in the mask? And it was the mask. He's fine.
Right.
That's
not the face. It's the mask. All right, should we do a little news? And Rhett, you want to hang out? By the way, I don't know if you guys had cool kids' names in your head when you were in junior high and high school. Mm-hmm. Like we've talked about this.
Lance
the cool
and
kid,
Shane.
Yeah, the cool kid name that you wanted that you fucking wish your parents would have given you instead of
Lance and Shane.
Yeah, super lame Adam. Rhett.
That's the name you wanted?
Rhett and Casey, but just KC. Just Rhett and Casey were the cool. I knew a kid named Casey.
That's a cool name.
I knew a kid named Casey Collins. It's like, oh, you got it made. And I knew a Rhett too, and they're both super. I'm convinced their names carried them. They got pussy off it.
Yeah,
they were popular because of it.
Trying to think if there's ever been, because there are names that are just unquestionably cooler than the rest of ours.
Oh,
are those names ever given to like the fat dorky kid? And
maybe
is there some school where everyone thinks Lance is what a nerd?
I don't know, but you want to talk about cool? Rhett Winchell. Rhett Winchell. Their dad, they own Winchell's Donuts.
Wow.
They were the Winchell.
The Rhett Winchell.
The Rhett Winchell.
Whoa.
And then Casey Collins. I mean, come on.
More ass than a toilet seat.
Sounds like a cocktail.
Oh, man. Rhett. Oh, my God. Yeah, I was pissed. Like, Adam? Come on, you two. The fuck? It's not like, I could understand if, Rhett would have set him back $1,500, but Adam was like a $33 name. Like, I would have been acceptable, but you couldn't name me anything.
You gave yourself a middle name.
Yeah, Rhett Carolla. I could have gotten laid in high school.
That's a real Rhett Butler style name, Rhett Carolla.
Rhett Carolla? Yeah. It's a guy that men fear, women lust after.
Let it go, man. It's Rhett.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. All right, sorry. Where were we?
News? I think we're going to do
news. Yeah.
Quit the team, faggot.
The news with Allison Rosen.
She'll read some news from her iPad. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's Allison. Allison.
Quit the team, faggot.
And when it's time to wrap it up, she'll sign it off with zip it cunt. It's Allison.
Quit the team, faggot.
Allison.
Quit the team, faggot.
Oh, God.
All right. So, pretty big Supreme Court ruling today. The Supreme Court ruled 5-4 that government cannot force closely held for-profit corporations. So that means ones with at least 50 that are at least 50% owned by 5 or fewer people to cover employees' birth control, siding with Oklahoma-based evangelical Christian-owned chain craft supply store Hobby Lobby. So people are referring to this as the Hobby Lobby ruling. I don't know if you've heard people talk about Hobby Lobby.
I like hobby stores.
So this will immediately impact about 14,000 employees of the two companies, and they'll have to pay out of pocket for contraception.
Do they have 14,000 chicks working at the Hobby Lobby?
Yeah,
Are they including guys?
They have hundreds of chains.
Well, if a guy is getting
hundreds of stores in the
healthcare
chain.
coverage, then his spouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Covered.
Listen, I'm all for anything that'll cut down the flow of unwanted little shits running around this great country of ours. So this is where I like it. On the other hand, I'm also for, look, if you have a position like I'm not, as you know, I'm an atheist. But I'm not, by the way, I had someone thank me yesterday because they represented the atheist chapter of whatever of San Diego, and I wanted to tell them that don't get me going to one of your golf tournaments. Like, I'm an atheist because I'm lazy. The whole point of me being atheist is not doing shit, not getting involved with another group that almost becomes a religion.
Yeah.
It's just being an atheist.
You're not a Satanist.
Right. My feeling with your business is if this is what you think and this is where you're at, then that's your business. And it's your business. By the way, the people who work for you can and should quit if they disagree with what you're doing.
So advocates for Hobby Lobby challenge the birth control mandate under the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, which is a 1993 law that says the government must not substantially burden a person's exercise of religion. Something sort of interesting in the decision as it was written, Justice Kennedy said that government could cover the cost of women's contraceptive itself.
What is the cost? Like, if you just break it down.
Well, so this is for IUD and emergency contraceptives.
Oh,
so like morning after pill. So the IUD, is a coil that prevents it, which can be about $1,000. And then morning after pill, I don't actually know how much that costs.
But it's $1,000 for the, like, look, I don't want to sound like, a colossal douchebag, but I've always
never stopped you before.
Yes, I always just felt like your birth control was just sort of your thing, guys and girls. Like, I never expected anyone to buy me a condom when I was, 19, and I never. I don't think any of the girls.
The thing is
like, how much are we talking about?
It can be a lot. It can be a lot.
What does a lot mean? I mean, really?
Well, $1,000 for an IUD.
But that's good for how long?
It's like 5 years.
Actually, yeah.
I mean, it's amortized over the course of 5 years.
But you're talking about, you don't want any poor people to have children.
Right. That's my point, yes.
And so here's someone who's poor, who's selling yarn at the Hobby Lobby and wants to...
No, they do... I think they do, like, remote control cars and shit. Or are they doing...
I have no idea. Never been inside a Hobby Lobby.
This could change the way I feel about this. I hope it's remote control airplanes, but go ahead.
Well, regardless.
They're selling yarn. Yeah,
there's someone who's poor.
Right.
They're selling beads,
Yes.
possibly remote-controlled things, and they want to get an IUD. They don't have $1,000.
Right.
So they are now going to have children, and that puts you out, Adam.
Right. I don't want them to have kids. On the other hand, this thing of why doesn't the government force whoever to take control of or pay for or what have you? I just want people to start getting into the mindset of it's your body, it's your shit, take care of it.
Well, yes, but the way people take care of it is through health care through their employer currently.
Oh, there's no remote shit there? It's like Joanne's Fabric?
Yeah, or Michael's, something like that.
Fuck that. I thought they sold remote. I thought they had remote stuff there.
That's the
There's
remote
a different
lobby.
Hobby Lobby that I was thinking about. All right, well then you're right.
Not
I'm
our
with
hobbies.
But isn't taking care of your own shit being insured?
Yeah.
I mean, that's, the model we have now is that you are insured through your employer, and then there's the ACA, which covers, which mandates a lot of stuff. It's a very, I think it's a very surprising decision, and the argument against it is that you're not allowed to make a law that discriminates against a minority, a minority group of people. Actually, I'm phrasing this wrong because you're not allowed to make a discriminatory law, and this is discrimination against women.
Well, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Does it? But would you? I don't know. Does it feel that way? Like this discrimination against women? I mean, it feels like it's
because it doesn't affect men in the same way. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that women are being punished for being female. What I'm saying is it's unfairly impacting a group of people.
Right.
Fucking yappy broads.
I feel like, I'm like, I don't want poor people shitting out kids. On the other hand, I don't want to impose, like, if you're a Jewish business and I need you open on Saturday and you go, that's against my faith, I don't want to be, and I go, you have to be open on Saturdays and your employees have to go. I don't want that either. Like, I don't want to impose stuff on them. What I would like is for women not to go to work for the Hobby Lobby who disagreed with what that is. That's kind of my utopia. But big picture, I'd like people having birth control almost all the time. So, and I thought they sold remote shit. I didn't know it was yarn. There is another place called the Hobby Lobby, which sells remote shit. It's the kind of place I would hang out. Thank you. All right, let me do, Pet Flow. This is where you should go. Forget the Hobby Lobby. Tired always forgetting picking up your pet food? Oh, my God, it's so heavy. These big bricks of meat you have to carry out of the back of the car. We figured out that there's no worse posture on the planet than taking a case of canned dog food out of the back of a hatchback or trunk of a car. You cannot bend at the knee with proper form. You just be,
leverage.
You know what they do? When they make those posters that they put up in the warehouse of how not to pick up a box,
right?
They use models. The models they use getting dog food out of the back of a Nissan Sentra. They actually do set that up. I've seen it.
Seems elaborate, but
I know you think you could just draw a guy with bad posture, but listen, tell that to Fabio.
Wait, why am I telling the Fabio? Oh, because he gets drawn?
You think you just draw a good-looking dude with a shirt off on a horse, but it turns out you need a dude to sit on a horse with his shirt off. You think by now you just draw a guy, make his hair long, make his pecs big. No, that's a gig.
Pet Flow.
Yeah, that is a gig, that drawing. Being models.
Yeah,
I know guys that are
drawn.
Poor posture models. My dad was one for many years.
It took his toll.
Yeah. Yeah, he's at the chiropractor now, but still, it got me through college.
He can write it off, so no big deal.
Petflow.com. Please, don't interrupt. Pet food. You need it shipped. It'll go right to your door. They'll do it for free. You can try it today. Get 20% off. Pet's favorite food. Go to petflow.com/ace. Everything for your dog and cat. Food, treats, toys, leashes, and feeders, and beds, and more. Plus, 200 health-conscious pet brands. to choose from. You can try petflow.com today and get 20% off. Like I said, your pet's favorite food. Use the promo code ACE. Help support the show with our fine sponsors, PetFlow. All right, what else we got?
Just to go back to this for 1 second, I can understand being against abortion, but I cannot understand being against something that prevents
abortions from being needed.
Yeah, something
they're hypocrites. They're
just
hypocrites.
against sex.
Yes. No, yes. They're against recreational sex.
It seems so impractical.
It's hypocritical. It's basically you go, oh, we hate abortions, we're against abortions, and then you go, you're taking these things in their second, third trimester, and you're taking barbecue tongs and taking them out by their head and blah, 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 and they're in all that. And then somebody goes, all right, well, how about a pill? And they go, wait a minute, is that an abortion pill? And you go, no, it's a morning after pill. You just take it after the condom breaks. And they go, we're against that too. It's like, imagine anything that you were against. Let's just say you're against gang violence, and they had an anti-gang violent pill that you could take that would cure gang violence. You'd be all for this pill. Then you'd go, nah, I don't condone that pill. I'm against that pill too. And you're like, what? I thought you want to get rid of gang violence. We got a pill for it.
Then eventually you're like, okay, maybe you're just against people who are in gangs.
Mm-hmm. They're against... Again, I've said this many times. They don't like recreational sex. They don't like people. It's against their belief system to be able to just sort of fuck without consequences. So this is a way that we can fuck without consequences, and that's a free ride for your cock and balls, and they're not into that. But they won't admit that part.
It's just so ridiculous to... I realize I'm saying something that we all agree on, but it's ridiculous to think that by saying there has to be consequences, you're going to actually get people to stop fucking.
Yeah.
It's just going to result in a lot more kids.
There are some tough putts in this society, which is like getting people to not alter themselves, such as drink, smoke weed, whatever their weapon of choice is. Like, don't alter yourself and don't fuck are the two toughest things to get society to not do, because those are the two things we want to do the most and in combination with one another, if you're like me. So that is the biggest challenge. Half of our society is about hey, please don't fuck and please don't drink and please don't, and that's all we want to do is drink and fuck.
They would hate the 97's newest single, Let's Get Drunk and Get It On.
Yeah.
That's our new single.
That will never be played at a Hobby Lobby.
No, but maybe the Muzak version would be, ironically.
That's funny you say that. We put a new video out, and at the end I go up in an elevator, and there's a Muzak version of the song playing. Before the big comedy ending.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
All right.
See, I'm trying to do comedy.
You're not doing a bad job, but I like that. It is weird when you hear the Muzak version of songs like Alice Cooper's Only Women Bleed or something like that. It's weird when you start putting the lyrics
it feels subversive. You're like, people are humming along to this and they don't even know it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So, sadly, designing women's star Meshack Taylor has died. He was 67. He was also in Mannequin. You might know him from that.
Sure. Yeah. Meshack. I think it was Shaq.
Oh, Meshack.
He should have been called Shaq, right? He got fucked.
I wonder if when Shaquille O'Neal came on the scene, he's like, God damn it. I was headed in that direction.
I'm pretty sure he was Meshack Taylor. And
sounds familiar.
And he should have been Shaq before Shaq. But instead...
He dropped the Shaq ball.
Well, he's going to be missed. What happened?
He had cancer.
Oh.
No. Wrong, Brian.
Oh.
Although I also wondered, but he's survived by his 4 children and his wife.
Stop it.
Oh, you thought he was gay?
Yeah.
Aren't black dudes born with 4 kids, though? I mean, to be fair. I'm not being racist. I'm just trying to,
They're being both.
Just trying to be fair.
His character was gay, though, right? Anthony Bouvier on Designing Women. I don't remember the show that well. You'd think it would be in my wheelhouse.
In Mannequin, he was flamingly gay. Remember back in the 80s when gay was played for laughs exclusively? That was the kind of gay he was.
Simpler times. Yeah, he was gay like LeVar Burton was gay in Nerds or whatever.
Revenge of the
Oh
Nerds.
yeah,
Revenge of the Nerds.
Was it LeVar? Whoever it was, the black guy. Oh, Lamar, the black guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
yeah,
was
yeah.
you.
Yeah, 80s gay was
if
played
you
for
were
laughs.
gay, you were a cartoon character of a farce of
you
a
were
gay
swishy.
person. He won Revenge of the Nerds by throwing a javelin with a special limp-wristed technique.
He threw it farther than everyone else because he had limp wrists.
And the javelin was, only semi-erect as well.
It was flaccid.
It was like if you were reading the script for that, and then the gay guy wins the javelin competition because he invents a huge dildo javelin and he throws with his limp wrist. He's a gay guy, so he has the limp wrist, and you just were like, what the?
Yeah,
what?
You know what's weird?
Come a long way in a
some
short
of the
time.
guys probably involved in the greenlighting of those projects were gay themselves. How did that come to be a thing?
Like Surge in 48 Hours with that character. That was pretty over the top.
Yeah. Gay was played for comically absurd laughs.
Yeah, there was. I think it started. Well, I think everybody, you started there was a time every cartoon I ever saw, if there was a Mexican character, it was always, Andale Arriba, and Speedy Gonzalez and all that, he won some beans, and it was insane, over the top. And then at some point they just became cops. At a certain somebody, they worked their way up to cop. Eventually, you always work your way up to cop. We did that with black folk. They worked their way up to cop. You work your way up to cop at a certain point. But the gay folks, it wasn't. There was no such thing as a movie in the 80s where you were simply gay. Now it's like, all right, that's my friend. He's married. He's single. He's gay. We're all going out for a drink. The gay guy was wearing fuchsia cycling shorts and had a headband on and never stopped talking about cock.
Yeah, even in Police Academy when they went to the Blue Oyster,
yes.
It was a leather bar, and there was just they're all leather, assless chaps, gay guys. Were there any positive portrayals of a gay man in the 80s? There must have been a couple.
Even the Birdcage and all that. You know what I think it was? I think we got duped by the Village people, and this is how we exacted our revenge. We didn't even know those guys were gay. We gave them a whole bunch of #1 albums before anyone found out they were gay and put a stop to that. And now it's fucking payback time. We're going to make everyone into just a caricature of a gay person. After that, because what ushered in the gay stuff was just thinking, well, that guy's just a biker guy in a band. Yeah. He's got the mustache and the leather hat on and all that stuff.
Imagine being gay in that time and debating whether to come out or not.
It was a weird time because we went from Studio 54 kind of gay, I don't know, Freddie Mercury kind of gay, to just incredible novelty, over the top. That was your only. If you were gay in a movie, that was your only identity. Ooh. That's all we needed you for.
I blame Elton John. Because he was the over-the-top stuff, but he kind of owned it, and it was cool. He's dressed like a duck.
Yeah, I think the duck part, that didn't help.
No. Mm-hmm. Then it became too much.
Yeah.
Tipping point.
I wonder if somebody can find me an 80s movie. What year was Philadelphia?
91. 93?
I don't think there's
93.
such thing as an 80s movie where there was a gay character where that wasn't his entire being.
In the 80s, it'd be tough. It would not be a mainstream movie. It would not. I can't think of a mainstream movie where the gay guy was just, hey, he's gay.
My Beautiful Laundrette.
That's not. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying that's not a mainstream movie.
For sure.
Right. Well, we've heard of it.
Yeah.
Never seen it. I don't support movies where gay guys aren't playing ugly stereotypes.
Or playing football.
Yeah, so I'd heard that was a positive portrayal of a gay man, so I boycotted. I went down. I got my friends from the Hobby Lobby. We went down to boycott.
History of the World Part 1?
We dared them to step over the yarn. Yeah. Put a big red line of yarn. It's a
gigantic cat's
step
cradle.
Step over this huge God's eye we made. That's right. Full size cross, God's eye. Yeah, History of the World, man.
Part 1 had the silly gay guy. I was thinking more movies that had these crazy, just
Nobody
gay,
seemed
thus
to
you
have a
must be
beef with it either. We just sort of went along for the gay ride.
That's kind of an ugly period in Hollywood history, actually.
It is. I mean, it's weird because you go back and you can do a black version of that where everyone kind of cringes when they see those characters. But
you have the black face and yellow
it's kind
face.
of gay minstrel.
Yeah, I've not seen that. Oh, it's coming. All right, anyway, let's do one more.
Well, did you mention Courtney Cox earlier? Or
probably, yes.
Turns out, because I know you mentioned Jennifer Aniston.
Mm-hmm.
But
and you mentioned Cox also.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Turns out that Courtney Cox is engaged to be married.
To be married?
Yeah, to Snow Patrol's Johnny McDade.
Wow.
She and he revealed their engagement with a dual announcement on Twitter. He said, I'm engaged to her, and she said, I'm engaged to him. And this will be the second marriage for Courtney Cox, who divorced David Arquette in May of 2013 after nearly 14 years of marriage. I mean, I didn't even know they were dating.
No,
these two,
I did
Cox
not.
and McDade.
I didn't know either. Apropos of nothing, but something I always wanted that someone's telling me. But don't you guys, I have my it's kind of my bucket list. It's a list of things that I kind of it's never going to happen. I like to dive into a body of water with a knife in my mouth, and it be necessary, not just do it just to cross it off the list. I like my hands to be registered as weapons in some town somewhere. I'd like to be thrown out of a casino for winning like too much. Like obviously he's counting cards, and they're going, it's an 8-deck shoe, and it's like he's counting. One of those. Surviving a horrible accident because I was in such phenomenal shape.
Yeah.
Where the doctor said he would have been dead if he was not that caliber an athlete. Like if he was not in such incredible shape, anyone who was impaled themselves on rebar like what happened to Adam, or took that bad a spill on a motorcycle, like whatever, anyone would have been dead. But it was because he was such a phenomenal athlete, he was able to pull through. Wouldn't that be good?
That would be good, yeah.
Have on your list.
God willing.
God willing. That's right. All right, so how old is she? She's 50 and looks amazing. And he's in Snow Patrol, which is, again, it's one of those, that's a new band from 15 years ago.
What was their song? Was that the, if I lay here, if I just lay here? Was that them?
He's 37? Yeah, what is Snow Patrol's...
why do they get $1 million?
Yeah, I want to know why. Why do we know who Snow Patrol is? And also, are they one of those bands where you just go, oh, yeah, no, I'm into them. No, they're cool. And then you have no idea like any of their songs, but you want to seem like you're hip and
I feel like
up
they
to
probably
shit?
sound like Coldplay, but I don't actually know.
They should.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Those 3 words.
Yeah.
Oh, this is them?
I'm at the gym. I'm putting headphones on so that I don't have to fucking listen to this song. That's what just happened in my mind.
They have 33 songs in the top, or had 33 songs in the top 100.
They sound like live.
They have 5 platinum albums
Courtney, why?
in the UK. Our first album went 5+ platinum.
Just forget the world. He just wants to lay there, which sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to hear more.
Before we get too old. Bursting into life.
There's someone who says he doesn't like Snow Patrol, Rhett.
I'm at the gym, I'm telling
you.
you.
seem to know a lot about Snow Patrol.
Yeah. You're at the gym trying not to listen to it while you are singing every word.
Exactly.
Snow Patrol gym mix play.
Busted.
Maybe Gilligan was listening to you guys when he was writing Breaking Bad. Maybe someone was listening to Snow Patrol when he was on the elliptical machine.
I don't know, man. Well, that's the problem, is if you listen to audiobook at the gym, you can still hear these fucking songs.
Yes. They've sold over 12 million albums.
As George Tricoulia says, you can't argue with the sales.
It's hard to argue with the sales. So Snow Patrol has sold more albums than U2 in the last decade, probably.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Not as many as Linkin Park, though.
It's insane, right? And then It's also, I always also sort of say to people all the time, and certainly as it pertains to like race car drivers and golfers, where I say to them, if you've heard of them, they've done okay. Like, if there's a band and you went, yeah, what's up with those? Yeah, I know those. Everyone knows those guys, but have they sold any records? Well, if everyone knows those guys, they've sold some records. That's usually how it works.
Unless there's some horrible story connected to them that has nothing to do with the music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's
right.
There was a time a few years ago when I was staying at a fancy hotel in New York City and had a whole incident happen where an actress went apeshit on the door of my room. And I could have filmed it, and even without filming it, I could have gone to the tabloids the next day. My wife was like, "You should really go sell the story." Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, I would probably get more famous, but then that's my fucking narrative. Then I'm the guy who had an actress go apeshit on the
She went apeshit on the door trying to get to you?
Yeah, she did. She broke an entire tray of plates and dishes from the room service.
So she went to see your show.
No. It was a total random, thought somebody else was in the room, went crazy on me.
Oh, she thought someone else was in the room.
And then the police came later and had me come step out into the crockery with my bare feet because she had said that I had attacked her when I'm just like standing on the other side of the door telling my wife to call the security.
Wait, really? Do we know who this actress is?
Absolutely, but I'm not going to say
fucking
it.
Judi Dench.
I've been so good all these years. I'm not going to say it.
This would be a great time to break that.
It would not be a surprise to anyone, I'll tell you that.
Oh, someone who's known. Lindsay Lohan.
Sean Young.
Sean Young is nuts.
It's a great.
Karen Allen.
Lindsay Lohan would be good. I'm assuming
Monique.
Did she?
Mommy Dearest. She's crazy.
Did she think that you were somebody else in the room and like cheating on somebody or something like that?
Yeah, there was somebody else on the same floor that I was on, and I think that she was on too many drugs to know what numbers meant.
Snow Patrol guy was down the hall.
See, look, I've said it many times. This thing, and you're staying at a nice hotel, right?
Oh, yeah.
This thing where you stay at a really nice hotel, and I mean, there's some really nice hotels, and they all have the same policy. Somebody brings you and your family a tray of food called room service, and then when you're done, you just take the tray and throw it out in the hall, and then everyone walks up and down the hall. And oftentimes the shit is from the night before, and you just walk down the hall and you see food that's going bad on the floor in the really nice hotel. It's counterintuitive to me. Like, the first thing a really nice hotel would do would be no food in the hallway.
Yeah.
Like, no half-eaten shit. There's a half-drank, thing of chocolate milk. You're doing that thing where you're doing like a little forensic dig, you go, well, someone has kids because that's chocolate milk. And they go, ooh, somebody likes their Heinekens because there's 3 spent Heinekens there. Why is that stuff out there? Why is it out there for so long?
They always tell you, call room service and we'll come get the tray after you're done, and nobody fucking
does.
Do
they tell you that? I don't feel like I have that conversation.
Well, we're not listening.
I'm not listening? Yeah. I said the other day...
In Phoenix, they said, our policy, right? Just put it outside.
Oh, they did?
Even though on the desk, it said... dial 51 to have them pick it up, but they said just put it outside.
But the Lindsay Lohan or whoever it was, point is she was a crazy woman.
Tara Reid.
Ooh.
All right, she had no bullets for her gun, but she found all those plates.
My bad.
That were laying around and started. Was that your plates?
Oh yeah.
So she took your own room service stuff.
Yeah. And then I had to stand in it barefoot while the cops interrogated me until they realized that I was just some unwilling victim. Or
Mina Savari.
Is she nuts?
I don't know.
Rose McGowan. Did she?
Natasha Lyonne.
The one funny thing was it was this is a few years ago, but it happened on September 11th, and my wife and I lived in New York when that happened, and so whatever. So I told a friend of mine who works at the New Yorker who writes these sort of funny poems about celebrity pop culture events. And I told him I wasn't going to tell anybody, but he went ahead and wrote this really long, funny poem about it. And he called me. He goes, I said, you can't publish that because it outed who the person was. And he goes, yeah, but I just wanted to write it because I already thought of the best title. He called the poem "The Worst 9/11 Ever."
So it was your shit that she was destroying because you ignored your sort of own advice of calling room service and telling them to pick your shit up. You just pushed it out. You'd think they would have been able to tell by what was left behind. They were fucked up enough to know they had the wrong dude.
Yeah, she said I threw a beer bottle at her and hit her in the leg and then showed the cops a bruise on her leg.
Mm-hmm. Did the cops believe her for a second?
Apparently.
When this was all happening and the plates were crashing against your door, did you know who it was? And how?
Because I opened the door crack. I said, I think you've got the wrong... And I literally thought I was going to be murdered by this young actor woman.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that's my
suspense
funny story.
is killing me.
All right, so we can all agree.
Selena Gomez.
Ooh, or Demi Lovato.
Can I say this with the room service? Wouldn't it be safe if they simply said, I will be back in 60 minutes to pick this up? Because only in movies where people are super rich does room service get pushed up into the room and then sits there while the person's in the shower, like yelling, thank you, see yourself out or something. When my
There's
room
$5
service
on the table for you.
Yeah, my room service shows up, I fucking devour it and I'm done right then and there because it all starts to congeal very quickly. Like it's already
short shelf life.
Yeah, it's 18 minutes old by the time it gets to your front door. So if it's a cheeseburger and fries, you better hop on that shit. And it's almost always, I start eating it before the guy leaves. Like, if he said, I'll just be back in 1 hour, it would be there empty and waiting for him. It's not like, well, I like it to get down to room temperature and watch a little Sports Center and then I'll eat it. Like, that never happens, right? They should just say, I will be back in an hour, and you wouldn't argue with them.
I'm going to tell my friends in the hotel business.
Please. And we could avoid these sorts of tragedies.
Seriously.
There would barely even be a need for that little silver hat on the plate.
Amanda Bynes.
Ooh. In the pantheon of shit that you never use at home, that little lid that you put your finger through to get off there. I mean, of things that you happily use and would even miss if they did not show up at room service, but never at home. Like room
Hot
service.
towel.
Yeah, you get the plates, you get the forks, you get the knives, you get the towels, you
Miniature
get the
Tabasco bottle.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true too. You get everything, but that lid.
It screams room service. I feel like it even smells.
We should get those for home use just to feel like we've arrived, right?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I mean, if you fucking walked into your kitchen on a Sunday morning and something was sitting there with that lid on it, you'd be delighted to pull that thing off,
It'd be
right?
like a celebration.
In rich people movies, they've got like a big silver dome with a little handle on top of it. So that's the version.
And they have two
of it.
servants that look at each other to
you go,
synchronize.
3, 2, 1, boom.
Yeah.
And the one vase with the single
Yes.
flower in it. Mm-hmm.
Always keep the vase in my room.
Helio Care. Want to keep your skin looking good and looking young? Helio Care. The sun, baby, does terrible things to your skin, man. Kicks the crap out of it. You see what it does to the sofa, to the drapery, to the...
So a
you see that-
cassette in the back of your car in the 80s.
Or the record that my dad would rent. He would get them from the library.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd have a little picture of the record, a little caricature of the record with a thermometer hanging out of its mouth, really hot, and it'd be all warped, and it'd be like, don't leave me in the car. The sun will warp my ass. The sun will warp your ass, too. That's why I use Helio Care. Daily use dietary supplement. Takes care of you from the inside out. It's like a multivitamin, antioxidant formula. Helps your skin protect itself year-round. Thousands of dermatologists want samples of these bad boys. And you can get a 2-month supply Helio Care at Walgreens and Rite Aid, too. Just go to the vitamin aisle, look for the yellow and black box, and check them out. Or you can just go to Helio Care, HELIO Care.com, and check it out for yourself. All right, I want to thank Joe Coy for coming out here. Us, a bunch of live shows coming up, Long Beach, Irvine, Vegas. Go to AdamCarolla.com and you can find out where we're going to be. Allison Rosen, your new best friend, Jason Nash, coming on.
There's a lot going on in his noodle.
In Jason Nash's noodle, find out what's going on. Listen to Allison Rosen, your new best friend. You can go to AllisonRosen.com. You can listen to new episodes Monday and Thursday. Also, help us fight the patents. We're getting somewhere with this, people, but it's very expensive, and we do appreciate your help. So you help us fight the trolls. That's what I meant. Rhett Miller, thank you so much for coming in here.
My pleasure.
What you can do is go to rhettmiller.com. That's rhettmiller.com. You can tweet him at Rhett Miller if you like. You can find out where he's playing solo, where he's playing with the fellas, where he's going to be and what he's doing. Just go to Rhett Miller, and I'm guessing we go to rhettmiller.com and find all the dates that are out there for you.
Old97s.com.
Old97s.com. And same with Joe Coy. Go to joecoy.com. So until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Rhett Miller, Joe Coy, Allison Rosen, and Bald Bryan saying mahalo.
Let's get drunk and get it on.
For calling times and phone topics, follow the show on Twitter at Adam Carolla Show. Follow Ace on Twitter at Adam Carolla. Get the new book, President Me. Use the Amazon link at adamcarolla.com. Second Live podcast added to Long Beach's Gas Lamp on July 19th. Irvine Improv, July 31st. Tickets and info on all the live podcasts, stand-up, Mangria events, and more. Visit adamcarolla.com. This is Carolla Digital. This is Carolla Digital.
Valvoline, 140 years under the hood. Thanks to you, the Adam Carolla Show has been going strong for 5 years and continues to grow because you share it with your friends, family, and coworkers. But now, the patent troll is suing me and threatening to shut down podcasting as we know it. Please visit fundanything.com/patent troll and donate to the Podcast Legal Defense Fund today. Your donation will help defeat the patent troll and keep podcasting free. Thank you and mahalo.
From Carolla One Studios in Glendale, California, this is the Adam Carolla Show. Adam's guest today, from the old 97s, Rhett Miller, and comedian Joe Coy, with Allison Rosen on news, and Bald Bryan on sound effects. And now, farm-raised and antibiotic-free, Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice but to get it on. Mandate, get it on. Thank you so much for joining us and telling a friend and sharing and spreading the good news. Good day, Allison Rosen.
Hello, Adam Carolla.
Well, Brian.
I wish they had just known my vagina better because it wasn't about to make any bad decisions.
At James L. Wilson wanted that with the hashtag top drop.
And Joe Coy as well.
How are you, sir?
Doing good. I'm glad you're here. Always glad to see Joe Coy. I spent the day cleaning sticky shit off a floor because we had the big blowout over at the warehouse. Lots of mangria was spilled. And, boy, that stuff gets...
people drunk?
Gets people drunk, and it gets the floor super, super sticky.
It was a really fun time, though.
Those
are super fans who are really dedicated and really nice.
It's a good feeling, though, isn't it? I mean, we probably had 250 people show up. Everybody was got drunk, but was on their best behavior. Super respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, you have the greatest fans. You know that, right?
They're
really nice.
They're really sweet. Like, everybody to a person is sweet, and also... like I said, after a few mangrias or a few beers, people get a little pushy sometimes. People would wait around, wait their turn. Then they'd want to, they'd preface their stuff with, sorry, but would it be possible to get a picture with you? Because, my son's a huge fan, and of course it's possible. That's why
fuck off, dicks.
You're here. Well, I would have Matt tell him that. I mean, talk to my assistant. But really respectful, really nice, really well-mannered folks, and God bless them. Great turnout. Dawson's band sounded great. Max Zapata sounded great, and everyone was totally cool and on their best behavior.
People wanted Daniel's photo. I think that might be the first time that's happened for him. I mean, people, he's been recognized before, but there was a little line for him.
Unbelievable. So, good night.
Groupies.
Good times, and
I hope he fucked him.
It was nice because we were literally just working on Road Hard, the movie, in the edit bay right up until the time the party started. We just sort of stopped and started working the party.
Is it too late for my cameo? It's done.
No.
Right?
No,
Okay.
because I just figured out we were going to do one day of some pickup shots. So
I'll be there.
We can shoehorn you into that.
Am I still in it?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
good.
You're still in it. Nice. Joe, one of pickup shots, we need someone to replace you. Joe Coy is going to be found. Let's see where Joe Coy is going to be found. Hilarities in Cleveland. Nice club. Played there. Syracuse Funny Bone. I've not played there. Richmond, Virginia.
Just in Richmond.
Just in Richmond, but I was not at the Funny Bone. But that's all coming up July 10th through the 12th, and then end of July 25th through 27th, and then August. And what you should do is you should go to jokoy.com, JOKOY.com, and the podcast, of course, the Yo and Joe Show. Episodes available every Tuesday on iTunes. Couple things. Tell me what you guys think about this. I stumbled into... this. First off, I say to everyone all the time, I've been working feverishly on this warehouse to get everything together for this party because 250 souls and souls that paid us a bunch of money to make our movie were going to be coming on Sunday night, and we did not want to disappoint those souls. And I had a warehouse that was just filled to the rafters with shit and, stuff hanging off the ceiling and loose wires. And I wanted to get the place looking good. I don't know what it is, but one of the qualities I have that's probably positive but annoys the fuck out of everyone, which is like when I'm having a party and people are coming over and like the front of the house is all covered with cobwebs and the leaves and shit like under the eaves and stuff, and it needs that hosing down move, and then you hose off the walkway and you do it around the windows where all the cobwebs and then the dust kind of settles in because the gardener's using the leaf blower and everything. I want that shit to be blown out, like cleaned out, like hosed off, like ready to go. And when everyone's coming to the warehouse, I want the place put together and taken care of. So for the last week, it's been all hands on deck, getting stuff put away, building shelves, organizing shit, getting all the stuff together. And I keep saying once a year, everyone should have an open house or a Christmas party or whatever it is. Just once a year, you need to invite 10 or more people to your house. It will force you to get your shit together. Yeah. And in this case, it was my warehouse, but it forces you. Hoarders, they don't entertain. They do almost no entertaining.
They can't.
You would never be a hoarder if once a year you threw a Christmas bash and everyone from work showed up. You just wouldn't. Mm-mm. It's impossible. And it really forces you to get your shit together. I've had it happen like you have that house where there's those boxes of books that are by the entry hall and they've been meaning to go to the Goodwill or whatever. You throw a party, it's taken care of.
Now, do you do that thing, though, where there's one room or one closet or one corner that you don't attack and everything just gets shoved in there? Because we have a guest room that you can't really go into.
You never head into the week of or before the party with that in mind.
That's a bad strategy.
You know, it's funny because if you give yourself that out...
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes. Mm-hmm. At some point, 2.5 hours before the doorbell rings, you just start shoveling shit into that room. But don't start that way. It's funny. We used to do, when we would do the Man Show, Daniel Kellison would always say, our executive producer always go, live to tape, boys. Live to tape. You just start, it's live. It's a live show. And I'd always kind of go, yeah, but if somebody fucks up pretty badly, we can stop and just kind of pick it up, can't we? And he'd be like, no, don't even put it in your head. You put it in your head that you can stop, or you put it in your head that, oh, there's this room over here and we can just kind of shove everything in that room and shut the door and put a little note on it or a piece of tape that says don't go in. You know, then that's where it's all gonna end up. And by the way, that never works out because you do that move where you're out of time, so you open a couple drawers and you just sort of do the swoop where you put everything into the drawer, and then it's smash cut to a month and a half later, and you're like, where are the fucking nail trimmers? Where are they? Where are they? And then you realize they got shoved into the last minute drawer or the last minute room. But throw that bash once a year. A, it's good. People will like you. B, if there's something like, I've been meaning to paint that bedroom or whatever it is, it forces you, or get some new carpet, or like whatever it is you were going to do, it does force you to get your shit together because you know a bunch of people are coming over to judge.
Yes.
We just had a barbecue on Saturday, and a few people are coming over, had not seen the house yet, so that forced us. The house never looks cleaner than it does right before the party.
Guess my invitation got lost in the email.
No, it must be hanging out with mine.
I wrote it in the book for you. You didn't get that part?
Okay.
I had a blast, Brian.
It's coming.
It was a real lot of fun, wasn't it,
Yeah,
Joe?
I had a blast. Thank you for letting me cook.
Yeah, everyone was there.
No, okay.
Right after the party, Adam, that's when your house goes right back to shit again.
No, I know, but no.
You don't maintain it after
Halfway
the party.
through.
No,
it's
but you're
fucking done.
You are forced to clean it after the party, so you do get at least that. You get the initial douche out and then the re-clean, and then it goes to shit after that. So I was just scrubbing a bunch of sticky shit off of floors today and throwing away a bunch of beer bottles.
You know what else makes you clean? Losing your keys or something. You lose your fucking keys, and now you're like, you know what? I'm going to go through all my pants and refold and do my sock drawer and go through the laundry. I'm going to do some loads
Every
of
stack of
laundry.
papers
You
gets-
just do everything. Where the fuck are my keys?
See, that is a really productive way to handle losing something.
Yeah.
I go in the opposite direction where I'm like, I will
You
tear
look.
this motherfucking place
Yeah.
down until I find whatever I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then
I
I'm
just
more of a
clean
mess.
until I find it.
The,
It's always the last thing you fold, too. Oh, fuck, there it is. It was in my camos.
The interesting thing about the house is the house version of that is getting laid for the first time in a while. All of a sudden, you're
Your
doing
genitals
some.
have never been so clean.
Yeah, you're doing some push-ups. You're
I
waxing a couple areas, like you're doing a little trimming. Like your balls and cock become your condo.
I have an open house once a year.
That's right. Guests are coming. That's right.
Invite the neighbors.
Little
right.
cheese plate on your thigh.
Potluck.
There you go.
Yeah.
Welcome to the open house.
I'm saying,
Take your shoes off.
you show
Family style.
I'm Asian.
You show me somebody's genitalia,
Yes.
and I will show you whether they're single, whether they're in a relationship, what stage they're at in a relationship. It's all kind of there, and that becomes your house,
7-year itch.
essentially.
I
That's
love
right.
it.
Yeah. Look, well, you know, they always say, you know, the way you can tell the guy's cheating when all of a sudden he gets the gym membership and all of a sudden he's in there waxing his balls, and that ain't for the woman that had the 3 kids and they've been married for 14 years. That's it's for the secretary. All right, let me ask you guys.
Is that a fade on your penis?
Yeah.
Are you cheating? Your penis looks like Will Smith's hair from the Fresh Prince.
Who decided that was a good... I don't know. I understand people making bad decisions. It's the people that follow the person that made the bad decision.
What, the high top fade?
Yeah.
That's coming back.
No.
Yeah, my son's best friend has it. It's out to here. It's like 3, 4,
There should
5
be
inches off his head.
There should be a Malcolm Gladwell-esque study on how that came to be, like, fashionable.
Well, the part that, like, there's a part that I find interesting. Like, I always notice it when I watch 48 Hours on a Friday night. And it's always, you know, the title is Body in a River, you know. And then they interview the high school kids from Mississippi who just thought, they're like, I wanted to know what it was like to kill someone with a rock. I just didn't know what it was like. We just did it because we wanted to know what it was like. You know, I love that excuse. Like, you want to know what it was like to kill a 10th grader with a rock? Yeah. So me and 5 of my friends, like, all got together and they grabbed some 10th grader and dragged him off his bicycle into the woods, you know, and they killed him with rocks. But every time they interview the one guy is not the guy who's in jail. He's the guy who got freaked out early on and split. Yeah. And he's out. But he's got the weird greasy bangs that the guys have, like that weird. There's that blonde. There's a white trash kind of a blonde hair. It's blonde is normally appealing, but not this kind of blonde.
It's like a pissy yellow.
Yeah, and he has a super large